Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the men's room. I'm your host, the Appalachian American. With me, as always, he just cut his camera off, Thomas McGunovich.
Hey, if you ain't in the men's room, then where you at?
Man, look at that hairstyle. I kind of dig it.
It's got that 70s, 60s feel to me.
Okay. And last but not least, SuperFan, I'm Shawhan.
That 70s, 60s feel to you, eh? All right. I
Maybe some
got you.
1776.
Yeah, right. You better believe it. Yes. Mr. Gunn on the show tonight. I'm glad that the bribe money I sent for you to be on the show paid off tonight.
Yeah.
Get you out of trouble. We have squeaky puppies. I'm not stepping on them, I promise.
Okay.
You didn't make puppy slippers?
No puppy slippers. No. We'll leave that to China. John China.
John China.
All the way.
So, what's been going on? You guys have a good week, or what's up?
It's just been one of them months you just can't wait to be over.
Well, it's like that crappy Green Day song.
Yeah.
Wake you up when September ends.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Right on.
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
Speaking of China, here comes Channel A Brian Lee.
Ni hao ma.
How you doing, man?
I'm a drinking. What do you drink?
Wondering where you were.
It's a damn telemarketer again.
I was bored. I get paid by John China as many phone calls as I make to the U.S. and then I hang up on you.
You guys ready to go live now that Lape's here?
So you haven't
Let's
gone
go
live
live
yet?
now that Lape's here. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we were waiting on Lape.
You don't need to go live without me. Make me feel like asshole.
You got anything you need to say before we go live?
Go.
Okay. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm just kidding. We've already been live.
Donald Trump is asshole.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Don't understand any word you say. We got to make the Google algorithm happy. Alex Jones is a fraud.
Anthony Fauci is king.
Anthony Fauci is God. He's not king.
Bow to the Fauci. And little booster.
He is our savior.
Don't even think about it. Just put it in your arm.
Matrix 4 trailer sucks. GTA 6 is never coming out. What was the other one? And something else.
Cocaine and hookers mix well.
Okay, so
well, if that's what I hear from Hunter.
James Bond gets to be.
I can barely hear you guys. I don't know why. What's wrong with my volume?
What's the matter with you, Late?
Can y'all hear me decent?
Yeah, I think everybody can hear everybody except for Late.
Oh, I've been drinking since like 3 hours ago.
So this movie's a tiny bit old, but I just have to clear the air. Who thought it was a bright idea to make the hero of the story someone that kills 1,000 Dalmatians?
What?
The Cruella movie?
Yeah.
They try to make her the victim.
Yeah.
Well, she's a victim of something that turned her evil.
They had to make a female character relatable.
So they picked one that kills dogs?
Yeah.
And wears their skin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Might as well have Hillary on there.
The Dalmatians are mostly white, and they only kill the males.
Well, they're mixed. They're white and black, so we really know that it's the other brown race they like.
Yeah, but it's mostly white.
I will say I don't know y'all's opinion on stuff.
Parrothead.
What are you not listening?
What if this week I actually enjoyed?
What kind of crap was it on there this week?
It was like if the one that faced off against Black
Killmonger.
Killmonger killed Iron Man.
And
Oh, the
Bucky.
one,
And Iron Man was never Iron Man. You left that part out.
Yeah, well,
He saved him so like Iron Man events didn't happen where the shrapnel hit him and stuff, so he was just Tony Stark. There was no Iron Man in this universe. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. I've liked the what ifs, but it's just like the comics were, you know, literally it's like, well, what if? I can see people's point of view of what they're doing with them and they don't like it, but I mean that's the MCU in a whole, right?
I'd rather them do it this way than on the actual main storyline.
Yeah.
So, like,
I didn't care for the first two. The third one was good, and I think the fourth one I didn't. I don't know, and I just stopped watching because I just lost interest.
Well, the next one was Zombies.
Yes.
I might need to go back and watch that one then.
That one was Zombies, and then this one is what if Killmonger wasn't the villain, you know, and was kind of like a hero-esque, but still evil. So yeah, it was, you know, I wasn't a big Black Panther fan in the aspect. I think that he was a better Black Panther, and Civil War was a better Black Panther movie than Black Panther movie was. Yeah. But you know, again, he was always kind of a CD-rate character in the comics. So, but I mean, I enjoyed the performance. Don't get me wrong. Like, I can watch any of the Marvel movies, and you can find bits and pieces of pretty much something good in all of them, with the exception of Brie Larson. You know, Captain Marvel. But at the end of the day, even that movie, there's a little bit of humor in it. And if the remote was gone, it's no worse than watching Solo. So I don't know. I like the first Iron Man movie. I think it's still up to date. One of the best ones that they came out with to launch. You know, the other ones were okay, but that one was the icing, man.
I really liked Iron Man 2.
I liked Iron Man 2 too. I even liked 3 I mean, not all of it, but there's bits and pieces of it that I liked.
My favorite's got to be the first one now.
Right, but I think there was a lot of cool aspects of 2 that I think make it a little bit better for me to watch.
Well, the reason I say that is because when you're watching Iron Man 1 and you hear that AC/DC kick in, you get hyped.
Well, yeah, but also in Iron Man 2, the opening is with AC/DC.
Yeah.
So, I mean, realistically, you can't go wrong with it.
Yeah. No, I like the second movie too. I just think that like I was saying, Iron Man 1, like that was the right movie to launch the MCU with, because, you know, everything else.
Yeah, I totally
but
agree.
there was a Hulk movie first.
Yeah, no
same
one
year.
talks about that. Nobody talks about that.
Did Thor
I
come
know-
out the
I
same
think
year or
Iron
was the
Man-
next year?
Iron Man was first, and then Hulk was second. But they were like months apart.
Oh.
Yeah, same year. Yeah,
Hulk
same
was
year.
so bad that no one remembers it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think they add the extended scene at the end about
Yeah, they added. It wasn't in. I don't remember it in theaters. I honestly don't remember that in theaters. I remember it in the DVD.
Oh.
yeah.
When I went and saw it at the theater, I don't remember seeing it. Now, Abomination was badass. Don't get me wrong. That was pretty cool. And I liked all that. But, you know, again, we still got saddled with somebody completely different. And I think we would have been fine with just that cast there. Was fine for me. I think Edward Norton played a great Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was, you know, it's to me, when you think about the 4 that you've got, you know, I think the way they did it was the right way to go for sure. Starting off with Iron Man, moving your way, you know, then Iron Man 2 was kick ass. 3 is where it kind of fell apart a bit, but again, I liked it. There was bits and pieces in all of them. I mean, you could make a heck of a better movie if you just took the good stuff and cut a lot of the bad stuff out. But that's with anything, right? So. I see Leip has turned into Kung Pao Chicken.
Gwyneth Paltrow was hot in the Iron Man
chicken.
movie.
I don't have the
Very
word
much
chicken.
so.
You don't see bird in house. That's chicken, bird in house. Character's a bird and an owl. You think I'm funny? You go look. Go Google Translate. Type chicken. See.
So, all right, Iron Man released May 2nd, 2008. The Hulk, June 13th, 2008. So it was like a month.
Yeah.
And some change.
But see, why did the MCU just like straight already, like with Iron Man, you got to see him become Iron Man. And with Thor, you didn't. But it'll be nice. You got to see him young, though. The young Thor.
Well, you got to see him regain his power after he lost it, Tommy.
Yes. But you didn't get to see the Hulk before he was the Hulk. You didn't get to see Bruce Banner before.
Well, that's because the first movie they didn't even use Bruce's name, and then the second movie, which is it really didn't really tie in, but they wanted to use it anyway, just to kind of which you put Ross in there, who turns into the Red Hulk in the comics and the cartoons and stuff. So again, for those of us that are Hulk fans, know these things.
To that.
Yeah. So but. Really, they didn't really launch it with that because they launched it with Iron Man. Like I said, I was a big fan. I went and seen it in the theater. I don't remember that cut scene at the end of the credit scenes and stuff. I don't remember that until it came out on DVD that was like added in. So, then we had the Thor movie and off of Iron Man 2 and, of course, Captain America, the first Avenger, was a prequel, so it didn't really matter when we slice his butt in there.
Yeah. And Ragnarok wasn't that good with the Hulk in it.
See, I liked Ragnarok. I'd never read the Thor comics or anything like that. I wasn't into the lore or anything, but at the end of the day, like I enjoyed the Marvel universe and what I'd watched. I mean, I remember reading Thor comics, but it wasn't one that I would go pick up. It was like if it was a crossover event, you had to buy it.
Well, the reason with Ragnarok was so bad is because they took two stories and put them in one. They put Ragnarok and they put World Hulk.
Planet Hulk,
yeah.
They took some themes from there and threw it in there, and then the whole fighting thing with they left out the planet dying and the Hulk's blood saving it and shit. But
and then they left out that the Hulk had a wife and a kid.
Well, because they weren't actually doing Planet Hulk, so
yeah.
Where they could have, because he'd been there for 6 years, or I can't remember how many years it was now. However many years it was that from when he left from the second Avengers movie to that point in time. So, but yeah, it's again, they were all still fun movies, but that's where they had that where you get to now you got to go see the next one to be in a click of knowing what's going on. Although all you got to do is know how to YouTube and use the interwebs and you're golden, right? Like you don't have to. At the end of the day, though, man, like I'll throw on Disney Plus. I'll start with Iron Man. I'll play them in order even sometimes, which is weird because then you get Captain America, and then it was Captain America, and then you had Brie Larson's movie, and then it kind of went to Iron Man, so on and so forth, timeline wise. But then now with all these new shows that they're throwing in too, they kind of putting those in place where they're supposed to be. So like WandaVision, because bits and pieces of that are before I don't know. It was weird the last time I tried doing that. I was like, no, I'm not watching this. This is after. But it's all been fun. I can't say I'm excited for anything I'm seeing. The last thing, what was it? Tom Holland said he's not in the new movie, and people, or not Tom Holland, the other one, Garfunkel, says he's not in the movie or whatever. And I made that comment a couple weeks back where I said, what if now Tom Holland is the only Spider-Man and the other Spider-Mans don't exist, and that's why we get these villains? So maybe I was right.
Do you think in the new Spider-Man that's going to have all the other Spider-Man?
That's why she literally just said, Tommy.
Like, so do you think, 'cause some people are thinking it's not going to happen.
I said that the first time we had the Spider-Man stream that I didn't think it was going to happen. That again, it would just be Tom Holland because when he's the only Spider-Man, now we don't have anybody else. That's why the Goblin came back, and Andrew Garfunkel decided to say he's not in it. So with him,
are we talking about that? I'm sorry, I missed the first part.
Yeah. No, you were fine. We were just getting into that because I figured you'd be back. Yeah. Yep. So I mentioned that before when we did our Spider-Man stream that, well, to me, what if now he's the only Spider-Man? That's why these villains he now has to face them, versus the, multiple universe stuff or whatever. Because I mentioned that on proper stream a couple weeks back, and then on our stream. So
yeah.
And now with him saying that, it makes me wonder. It'd be kind of funny if I was kind of right? I mean, I don't know shit. I'm just going off my brain, going, "Hey, for comics, this would be a cool point."
I would love to see Tobey Maguire show up, but whatever.
I'll still base the movie off its merits if there are any and whatnot.
I'm excited to see it.
Wow, that's amazing to hear you say that.
I am, dude. There's a lot of things about the MCU Spider-Man that I don't care for, but all in all, I really like Spider-Man.
Cool.
So, I think my problem with the MCU Spider-Man is just the world.
Yeah.
I don't care. I really want to see a traditional MJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not only that,
Harry Osborn.
Spider-Man was big city, and you really don't see much of the big city in the MCU as the other Spider-Mans. The other Spider-Mans were on him jumping around the buildings the way he did. He didn't do that in MCU.
Very true. Let's see. I just hope they don't bait and switch and only give Doc Ock 20 seconds. Dude, yes. Nano Reaper, yes, exactly. That is true, but I was listening to, it was behind the scenes of Homecoming, and the director of that movie was I want to do something. I want you all the time see stuff. You all the time see Uncle Ben dying and Uncle Ben getting killed and the normal stuff. He's I want to show this movie a beginning, but I don't want to have to show all the stuff that everybody knows about. I want to show different stuff. But you are 100% correct. I think we really need to see some big city web swinging. Because that's Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
I don't like that. Now that you mention it, because truth be told, I never really thought about it.
Yeah, there's no big city, and that was the main thing.
There really isn't. There really isn't. That's true. I mean, doesn't he he goes to Midtown, or is that where college is in the comics?
I'm not
I think
sure.
Midtown U is the comics, but isn't he from Brooklyn or something?
Yeah,
that's the north point of the city. So I mean, there's not a whole lot of tall buildings around there. I think I don't know. I don't know New York that well. Don't everybody talk at once.
I'm trying to picture him. I don't want to say that. I don't really remember any part of him really doing the whole city thing. And my favorite part of the comics, and they did it in one of the Spider-Mans where he dressed up and actually went to a wrestling ring. Which one was that?
That was Spider-Man 1 with Tobey Maguire.
Yes. Okay, so if you're gonna reboot it, that's the main key. Is he was trying different things.
But see, it was him struggling to get money because he wanted to be he was poor.
Yes.
So I mean, that's why he did the wrestling thing, was because he wanted a car.
Yeah.
if he had a car, he then could take MJ out. He could ask her out if he'd have a car.
Yeah.
Because
Is that one scene where he was like trying to he was trying to like talk with her, and all of a sudden Flash rolled up in a car, she jumped in and took off, and you could see that he was just like jealous.
Yeah.
Damn Flash Thompson.
Parrothead said, "Who died more, the Waynes, Uncle Ben, or Red Shirts?" Probably Red Shirts.
Probably Red Shirts. Yeah. Think so. Those poor Red Shirts. Here's to you, Red Shirts.
I saw like I am. I saw a funny like commercial one time about Red Shirts trying to get life insurance, and they were like always denied or something.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I like it. That's funny.
Tom Holland Spider-Boy's like Iron Man Jr. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm tired.
I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but I get that.
I mean, when we got Maguire, right? Like that was our Spider-Man. We're just like, yeah, and then Garfunkel came along. I didn't really care for it, especially like, oh, it's the fourth Spider-Man movie, but it wasn't. It was amazing instead of, so, all right. And then when we went back with him as a kid, sure. But then when you push it with the armor and everything, it's like, and Uncle Tony, and now Happy, and then no, come on, man. I want to see Peter Parker like he was in the 80s, a college student with his buddies, Spider-Man and his amazing friends,
Well, not relying on Daddy Iron Man to
technology.
But like I love Iron Man.
He didn't create.
Yes, they dumbed him down.
Yeah, I mean, there's really like you can obviously tell that he's smart because he does go to the gifted school or whatever, but they don't. At no point does he like solve things the way that Spider-Man solves stuff. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is like Peter Parker's incredibly smart.
Yeah.
So for him to like design things and make things to help him out, like that's his thing. Like it makes me aggravated that they never show the smart side of it. That's like trying to show Batman and not be like detective.
Right. Now,
like
Seth,
Batman is the world's greatest detective.
Have you seen any of the stuff on Disney with like the back before Disney Plus was Disney Plus when it was just Disney, on the cable and whatnot? They had some of these newer Spider-Man versions in there, and I didn't know if maybe that's more the run with Holland is kind of filling from those shoes as well. Because I'm pretty sure it had the younger Aunt May, which is the movie also had I'm Miss Marissa Tomei. Hello, baby. But, just saying. I'm wondering if that's because the Disney Plus had a younger Spider-Man, then we get the movie, and they're just following what they had done up till that point. And then Spider-Verse happened, and that's when everybody kind of was like, oh, my goodness, we could, so that's what I'm thinking.
That was like the first time that Aunt May was portrayed as somebody hot.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah, she was always a little old lady.
Yeah.
With the little dog.
Man, but see, like, all right, here's the thing. Like, The Amazing Spider-Man, I really liked Sally Field as Aunt May.
Yeah.
I like Sally Field in general. I think she's awesome.
I felt she did a really good role playing across from everybody, and it made you feel for that part.
And Martin Sheen.
Yeah.
That was, looking back, like, that was such an A-list, like, Uncle Ben. Like,
yep. As late frantically as typing.
Yeah.
I'm just listening to you guys, man.
Well, then who's typing? Is that you, Tommy?
I was typing.
Okay, I was going to say, we can hear you typing.
Oh, good.
He's going to town on them keyboards.
Yeah, he is. Downtown. I mean, damn, when I told you to come up with an idea for a book, I didn't mean you had to hit it that hard.
I wasn't typing that hard.
But, yeah, man, like, man, I love aspects of the Amazing Spider-Man. That's the sad part. Like, there was some cool stuff about it, but What do you do?
Go back and watch the 1970s movie, and you won't complain at all.
Right.
Yeah, the Spider-Man in the 70s TV movies. Hey, it was cool for its time, but man, it has not aged well.
No. He's throwing a rope, and you can tell it's a rope.
Yeah.
It's like, but, that's what we had,
But when they did the camera over the edge and down, I mean, that was groundbreaking. It really was.
Yep. It's like Adam West and Burt Ward going up the building.
Over the edge, what are you talking about? Like,
what?
What do you mean over the edge?
You've not seen those movies?
I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I've never. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, he goes over the edge, and then they show the camera kind of come up to the edge of the building and then go down, like you're at the top of the building. It's almost like you have the sensation that you're going, because Spider-Man would climb down the building head first. Does that make sense?
I think so. So you're just seeing like his perspective?
Right, for just a few seconds. And then they would do a wide shot so they could hide the rope. He was obviously attached to something, but he was going down it. I mean, it was like a big deal. It's like, how'd they do that? That looks so real.
Heck yeah. Back in '66, it was as you saw, the Adam West Batman, where they're climbing up the building, and they're actually going this way, but the way it's shot, it looks like that they're actually climbing up,
Yeah, and they have wires pull on their capes, so it looks like they're going up the building.
Yeah.
Is it Spider-Man Strikes Back?
I thought it was The Amazing Spider-Man, and I'll look it up here in a second.
Wait. Is this it?
It was like 78, I want to say.
We had one in 1970.
Oh, that was that's really early. But I thought it was more of the late 70s. If you're showing something, hold on. I got something in front of me. I got to change screens here in a second. And Peter Parker was a grad student, actually. He wasn't a high school student. This perpetually making him in high school is so dumb. I mean, Tom Holland's going to be 30 before they get him out of high school.
No lie, probably will.
How old is he now?
That's a good question. Tommy, you should get on that.
21?
Because he don't even look 21. He looks like he's 12.
Hey, Tommy, you got a thing called Google? You can ask it.
Since you're hiding.
I don't use Google.
I don't care what you use. Look it up. Tell me his birthday.
78 was the series.
Lape, are you looking at the screen now?
No, hold on.
Tommy, how was his birthday?
Ever so professional.
Yeah, I'm looking at the screen.
Huh?
I'm looking at the screen.
All right. Is this it?
Yes.
Okay. But is that the kind of footage you're talking about?
Yeah. And he goes over the edge. Hey, keep playing it. Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
Oh, dude, this was the shiznit back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like a pretty decent Peter Parker.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and I'm fairly certain he's a graduate student. He's not.
Yeah, because he looks a lot older.
Like he's in his mid-20s.
Right. Tommy, have you figured out Tom Holland's age yet?
Ain't he 15 or something?
No, he's a bit
Oh my God! Seriously, what are you doing?
I didn't look.
He
What
must
are
be.
you doing? I asked you to look.
I'm working on the logo.
So instead of partaking, you're. Oh, wow. He was born in '96, so he's 25.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
for that quick bit of
So he's
information
only
that
got
didn't
4
take-
years.
It didn't take you no time to look up. I
No.
really appreciate you
You're
spending
welcome.
that 30 seconds on Google
No problem.
to find out that Tom Holland was 25 that I asked Tommy to do.
So he's got 5 years and he'll be 30.
Cool. I'm going to have to go back and watch that 70s Spider-Man because it looks interesting.
Dude, we had it with the Captain America with the motorcycle and the Spider-Man. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you can find the '70s stuff, because then you're seeing stuff that, like, I grew up on a kid and Leip as well, and then we get to the '78, and then because when you watch the '66 movie with me, right? Like, that was the first time you'd seen it, so like it was great for me because that's stuff that I watched, even though I'm from the '70s, not the '60s. That's what I would watch. So for watching us all watch it together was great, even though it got banned.
Parrothead, I did look at the chat. It's just the principle of the fact that I asked Tommy to look it up. And Tommy just seemed to be too busy to do what I asked him to do. So I just kept on berating him until finally somebody got off their bum and did some Google searching. It's the principle.
That's why Tommy's on the chopping block. Before you know it, he'll be down here.
He'll probably be grounded.
That happens. That
It
does
wasn't
happen.
me.
Magic.
Yeah.
It wasn't him. It was the flaming skull. The flaming skull.
The framing skull of death.
Oh, it's causing trouble for some reason. We don't know why.
He said, "If you say so." It is, man. I'm a principled person. If I ask you to do something, I want you to do it. Somebody asks me to do something, I jump to it.
Yeah.
You jumping jacks.
No.
See?
Jump.
All right.
I want to drink.
I'll go do it. Hold on. I'll go do it real quick. All right, I'm back. What's that noise? Sounds like somebody's trying to pee-pee.
Yeah, that sounds like old man ass.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, I was very bummed with my super chat. I put that super chat in and no one said anything. I was just like,
He read it.
I know he read it, but no one said anything. It's like the whole point of me putting it in there was to poke Dion, and he didn't even.
Hey, man, baby steps, all right?
No, I've done super chats like that in my past, and it's like,
I know. That's what I'm saying. Baby steps. At least you got your super chat read for once.
Yeah. Why does he sometimes not read them?
You always complain that they don't.
No, I didn't.
Dude, I can go back to plenty of episodes on the fan cast or on here, and you'll say, "Man, they didn't read my super chat."
No, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure I can.
I'm not saying I did, but it doesn't sound familiar.
It's not ringing any bells today, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's not a
Alzheimer's is a
not a
bitch.
lot of bells to be ringing.
Hey, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna start singing and get this thing copyright strike.
You know what? Go for it.
That's animal cruelty.
Well, yeah, that's true. Somewhere over the rainbow.
You guys,
I'm gonna
did
keep
miss-
drinking till I sound good.
Yes, that is a thing. What was really cool this weekend, because I've met Leip numerous times and it's always awesome, but I got to actually meet his daughter and her boyfriend. So that was actually kind of cool, to actually get to meet his family. And
Oh, you got to meet Liquid Metal Pro?
so yeah, no. I got to meet her real boyfriend. That's real nice. Liquid Metal can keep dreaming on in a wasteland far, far
I
away.
was kind of surprised they didn't mention that.
Yeah, but like she got a tattoo, and it was real funny. Apparently this is a thing. I had to ask Mr. Nick Utam. I'm like, wait a minute, this is a real thing, and he goes, yeah. He goes, this happens all the time. They do tattoos up here. I go, oh, okay. We were trying to get Leif to get one, but he didn't, because that way the father-daughter would get their first tattoos together, and it'd be kind of cool. But yeah, she got it. But it was really cool to get to meet her, and
They wouldn't let me drop my pants. So
yeah.
Leif, you don't have any tattoos?
no,
Why not?
He's got Samity Sam on his butt cheek. Don't let him.
I have enough age spots. I don't need tattoos.
I want to get your name tattooed on my butt.
My name?
Just your name.
Oh,
Yep.
your name.
Your name. Yeah.
Your name here.
I'm gonna get your name tattooed on my ass. Give me $1,000 and I'll do it.
Yeah.
Your name. Yeah, it's a joke. Yeah.
Hey, if you get wow and do a cartwheel, it'll say wow, mom.
Yep.
Oh.
No, Tommy, you butchered it.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's two
But
W-
Tommy,
it's
since
two
you're
W.
working on the logo, does this mean you're finally going to be able to text message it to me so I can put it on business cards?
Hey, is this
Yes.
mean you're finally gonna update the intro to give me a couple seconds of static?
I can't figure out how to download YouTube anymore. They took that site away.
You should YouTube on YouTube how to do it.
I did,
Yeah.
and like 2 of them, and then they don't work.
Okay.
And then Prime, I'm not Prime. Collector Express gave me one, but it didn't work. So I don't know. I don't want to pay for you to download them.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
No, not one bit. Not
You know
one
what you
bit.
could
I don't know one bit of no, baby.
Couldn't you just record off of an empty StreamYard?
Like screen record.
Yeah.
Well, I use a script. I mean, it's like YouTube-DL. I think it's available for Windows. It's a command line utility.
Oh. Gotcha. I gotcha. Let's see.
Oh, my head's starting to hurt.
How many beers have you drank?
2.
What are you drinking?
My homebrew.
Oh. What is your homebrew?
I did a pale ale. Did
Oh,
you
cool.
try any, Adam? I don't remember.
No, I was gonna take some with me, and then by the time, because I ended up leaving later than. Brian, it sucked. Like I got on US 20, which is fine, but I got way out on US 20 where like I was beyond the Amish and shit. So all you see are the buggies flashing and shit, and I'm driving. My wife's like, "Make sure you don't hit a buggy." I'm driving in the middle of the fucking road to not hit a damn buggy and shit. I mean, I knew, the road eventually brought me home. And I actually went to Taco Bell because I was like, I am starving. After we did that breakfast, I didn't eat again until I got home at like after 8 o'clock at night. But I was like, yep. I was like, I made it home. I did a sound thing and went to Taco Bell. That's the first time I'd had Taco Bell this year, and it was delicious. I'm a little confused with the chicken sandwich thing, but I didn't order that, so it's all good.
What chicken sandwich thing?
That's the new taco thing at Taco Bell. It's like a chicken breast and a tortilla.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. So I was like, no, give me the cravings box. Give me the cravings box.
Hey, Late, but how much beer do you have left of your homebrew?
How much what?
How much do you have left of the homebrew?
That's a good question. There's probably about 8 or 9 bottles.
8 or 9 bottles.
Maybe 30 bottles.
How many?
Maybe 30. I don't know. I have to look.
Well, I don't
know how much over there across it. I have to go over there.
If that's fine. I was just curious because if you can come down here in October, I'd like to try it.
Oh yeah, it should still be good. Jesse liked it.
Cool. That would definitely be fun. We could try some of Lape's beer.
Yeah, I didn't drink all weekend. Because when we went to the bars and whatnot, I kept an eye on everybody. So I was like, all right, I kind of babysat.
So
which I was fine with.
On Saturday evening, did you go with them to the Lager House?
Yeah.
So was the service as bad as Nick told me?
The service was worse than the service we had, Seth. It was, oh my goodness. Because the service we were going to have, with the beeper and all the BS before we went to where we went to eat, it was kind of like that, except for we're sitting there, you're waiting on your food. There's no such thing as a menu, right? Like I'm sitting there and there's a thing that looks like a table, a cup holder, put your cup on. So I'm not really paying any attention. And, most people are on their phones and stuff. And then the lady comes out and I'm like, yeah, can I get a menu? She goes, oh, you scan it on your phone. I don't even have a scanner on my phone because I don't use my damn phone for, I use it to talk to people or text. So I download the scanner, and the Obama phone was racist as shit in Ohio. It just did not want to work.
The Obama phone.
Fucking man, because it's an Obama phone. And finally I got it to work and whatnot. And the prices weren't bad. Like fish and chips was like $15 or whatever. The burger was like $13, $14. Nick got onion rings, they were $9. But the problem was like everybody, like 4 or 5 people ordered the same kind of burger in name, but cooked differently. No differently than how we all are when it comes to our steaks and shit. Like I ordered medium well. And I wanted mine plain because, I like to taste the meat giggity and shit. I don't want fucking ketchup and mustard and all this other bullshit. That bitch plain.
On what?
On the burger.
Oh.
Like the burger had egg and tomato, this, that, and the other. But I don't want ketchup and mustard and, it came with like a mayo peppercorn, pepper mayo, right? Peppercorn mayo. There we go. And it was good. But I don't eat that kind of shit on my burgers when I'm trying an expensive restaurant. I want to taste their burger. And mine had bacon and eggs and shit on it. So, it was a good burger. So most everybody ordered that same burger, but everybody ordered it differently. And when I asked her, I said, no, mine's medium well. She goes, everybody ordered the same burger. I go, I don't care if everybody ordered the same burger. We sure shit didn't order it the same way to eat it. And then they forgot my fish and chips and shit. And then like 3/4 the way through the meal, they're like, oh, we'll get it for you. And I was like, why? I wanted surf and turf.
Now, did you hear, Seth, that they're opening a new Sonic next to Tokyo Express?
No.
Yes.
That'd be cool. Eggs on a burger is so hipster, but it's delicious.
It was look, man. I didn't ask it for that. That's what the burger came: bacon, egg, this, that, the other. I looked at it. I was like, okay, cool. I wanted surf and turf. At the end of the day, I wanted surf and turf, and they brought me a burger. And don't get me wrong, it was a decent burger, but I wanted surf and turf, and I didn't get my surf and turf. And then we gave her our bill. They brought out the bills and stuff. We go to pay. 20 minutes later, and she's still not back, and I paid cash. So I'm like, yeah, no. And then even worse, there were these 2 people that came and ate with us, and then left, and then we got stuck with their bill.
Whoa.
We have no idea who the fuck they were.
Just a fair warning.
I'm glad I didn't show up then.
If you go buy something at Walmart, be careful because they're jumping their prices up before they change the labels. I went and bought a pair of boots, and I was just getting a cheap pair because it's the end of the year, and I usually get boots for Christmas. So I went and got like a $30 pair of boots just to last me until Christmas. And I got it. And they scanned it, and it was $78. I also got some rubber boots for when I have to get into some compactors and stuff. They were marked as 14, and they popped up 22. Wife got some earrings that were $10, and they popped up as 12. So just watch y'all's receipts.
I don't shop at Walmart, so
it's more of a convenience for me.
No, man, I'm not knocking you for. I'm not knocking anybody for shopping at Walmart. I don't shop at Walmart that often. I go more to. You guys know this. I go more to local stuff when it comes, like for groceries and whatnot and clothes and shit. I don't buy any of that shit. Like when I bought my wife jewelry and shit, it was always from like sales and shit at the mall. So, but we're old and I don't do that anymore. So now it's just, buying. Making sure we got enough money for our meds. A medicated society is a polite society, especially when you're getting old. But no, it's, there's a couple things at Walmart. Like I'll go pick stuff up, but I've got, dude, like There's a Walmart there down the road. There's a Kroger down the road from that. There's a Martin's up the road from me right here is a Martin's. And then I've also got all the, the farmer's market kind of stuff. So, and I generally try to buy straight from the farmers as much as I possibly can versus the grocery store. That's just me, though. I mean, there's nothing wrong. Obviously, I went to Walmart when I got my ice cream sandwich that was delicious. So.
It's fresher that way.
I used to try to not go to Walmart, and then it's so like it's so much running around trying to find everything to multiple different stores that it's like almost not worth it.
Yeah, like you're wasting a lot of gas, kind of deal.
Yeah, and time.
Well, and that's why you can just order online and have delivered to your home, or even the grocery stores are doing that now, where they go grocery shopping for you and stuff and pick up your orders, bring them to you, which is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I've not done that.
Well, my whole thing was I didn't want to support Walmart.
No, I get you.
And it just was to the point where I got so tired of having to go to 3 different places in one day.
I've got a Meijer, which is like a Walmart. So Meijer, the Meijers from Michigan. So yeah, like those are just like a Walmart. We had those before we had Walmarts, and then of course, like right across from the Walmart by the house here, there's a Aldi's. So I mean, I've got everything within a quarter mile. I've got 3 or 4 different grocery stores, plus everything else. So, I mean, I just don't shop there that often. Now there are things there that I do get. They used to have your family cereals. You could get 2 for $4. It was the Frosted Flakes and all that kind of shit. But anymore, it's just really who has what that I'm looking for and who's got what on sale. Because I've always been a shop for what's on sale kind of guy. But that's just kind of my era.
Hey, Mom.
Seth
have a good night.
Yep, have a very good night. Seth is ready for some home cooking. Hey, you don't got to go far, just next door.
My wife's been doing a lot of really good cooking lately.
Right.
It's nice to have a stay-at-home mom live with you. Let's see. Yeah, I don't trust the grocery store employee to pick up my produce. Yeah, I hear you.
Now, here's the thing, though. There's also not just grocery store people that do it. There's people that get paid to go get your shit and then bring it to you now.
Yeah, but still, like, how do I know that they know what they're looking at as far as produce?
Well, if it's the grocery store doing it, they're going to get the stuff that ain't going to sell easily.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A certain individual we know does that for a living.
I know.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's, so I'm like, okay, I kind of get, like, I don't even do the shit like what you guys were just saying, where like Kroger's that people will go, and I don't trust those motherfuckers can't even ring up groceries properly, let alone go get what I'm looking for. And like you're saying, right? Like what I want for beef is going to be the way it's supposed to be, not that shit that should be thrown in the dumpster. It's not even good enough to feed the homeless people or the animals and shit, I don't want that brown beef. So, yeah, I'll still just go get my own stuff. Yeah. With the exception of when I picked up stuff like off Amazon, like shit like Slim Jims or beef jerky and whatnot, like that kind of stuff. It's not really going to matter. It's all processed. But again, though, I don't shop at Walmart and shit for my meat or even sometimes Martin's, but not even really there. I go up to the local butcher shop and dump a bunch of money there. Get everything cut the way I want it specifically.
Beef from a butcher.
Imagine that, right? Imagine that.
Is it cheaper though? I mean, like I've never done it, so I don't know.
Yeah, so ground sirloin, I get it for like less than $2.50 a pound. I'll get 10 pounds of it, and I'm paying less than $2.50. And go get actual ground sirloin from the grocery store. You're paying like $7-8 a pound. And that's just hamburger. So I haven't bought anything when it comes to like produce wise. outside of like fruit and stuff like that, I bought some of that from Walmart because produce. It's it just depends. It doesn't matter what store you're at, you're gonna get shit produce somewhere. But yeah, when it comes to like my meats and stuff, everything comes from the butcher shop. I mean, legitimately everything.
We need to find a good butcher. I don't think there's any around here.
I mean, we have access to people that raise cattle for a living, and it's the same thing. The problem is it's a dying. It's a dying job. Nobody is continued to do it. There's less places. That's why when this pandemic and all that shit happened, they're like, we don't have, we don't have enough beef. It wasn't that we didn't have enough beef. We didn't have enough butchers to produce the beef that we were sending to China to do the shit with.
Nano Reaper said he stopped shopping at Walmart when they pulled ARs off the shelf.
There you go, brother.
Man, lucky dude. Your Walmart sold ARs. Mine didn't.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been cool.
Heck yeah, it would have. I just didn't sell. And then he said, get a ribeye roast, slice it yourself, you'll save lots of money. That's, I didn't know.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got this fancy thing called the interwebs. We used to have cookbooks and stuff that would show you how to and what to do and by book form. How to slice, what cut of beef comes from what part of cow and all that kind of stuff, man. But yeah, I literally, it's been cheaper, even with beef prices, whatever they are now. I couldn't tell you because I don't buy the shit, but it was always cheaper, even going through the butcher. Because basically, you can take your cow, depending on how much cow you get. If you do like I do, where you buy like half a beef, right? So you got your ribs, and you're gonna have a lot of extra stuff that can be turned just into hamburger. So you got your roasts and your steaks, and all that kind of good stuff. But like so much of it, you can just turn into hamburger, and you get a shit ton of hamburger. And then at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you'd be paying like $1.50 a pound for your hamburger when it's like $3-4 at the store. Plus, it's fresher.
My favorite thing is those called O'Brien's.
That was our local butcher, but he's gone now.
Yeah, he used to be able to walk in there during lunchtime, get you a soda, a bag of chips, and a sandwich for $3.
And dude, we're not talking about just a little mamby-pamby, little
no.
drop a
this
ham.
This was a man sandwich right here.
Dude, this is banging. Best sandwich in the valley.
That's the thing, though, man. Like, butcher shops used to have all that stuff and be able to do that. Good luck finding a butcher shop anymore. People were giving away hogs because they couldn't find anybody to kill them and butcher them. That's a whole lot of pork. That's a whole lot of bacon, Tommy.
Oh, yeah. We actually put a conveyor belt system in a slaughterhouse for it's a local guy. He started the business up. He used to only do deer. Now he does cattle, and he does anything, really.
Get your gator meat.
He owes us some steak still.
Gotcha.
Now, I heard there's a steak that it's called the butcher's cut steak. Have y'all ever heard of that? It's supposed to be the best part of the cow, and the butcher usually keeps it for himself.
No.
I have to find a video on it.
Yeah, generally every butcher I've ever used, I got everything I've ever bought, including the livers and the tongues and all that kind of shit. And if you want the head, they'll even give you that.
Now, I heard China's got a very expensive steak.
Japan did. I don't know about China.
Japan. It was Japan, maybe. But it's supposed to be like $4,000 or something for that steak.
It's like they serve it at the Hell's Kitchen guy's place, and it's by the ounce. So it's like, say $60 an ounce. Nick from Echo Base Network had talked about it on one of his streams because it was about the Vegas. Oh no, it was on WCBS. That's right. But yeah, he was talking about that, or it was on Jesse Milestone, Mindless Entertainment. It was on one of them, but he was talking about it, But he went to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant, and he said it was really expensive, but it was really good. And like Gordon Ramsay didn't actually cook his food or anything; it was just people that he had trained. But yeah, the excitement in his voice, hearing him talk about it and stuff on air was really cool. And then, like I said, when I got to meet the dude, that was. I have nothing but a shit ton of respect for him now. Those guys even more now after meeting him and having a lot of conversations with him and whatnot. Real good. I always felt like he was a good guy, but again, everybody I met this weekend, all good people, really, really, really good people, all down to earth and feel a lot of the ways that we do. And Nick, being from Alabama, it was just really cool to get to actually meet him and talk with him. And
Tennessee, he's from Tennessee.
So yeah,
I couldn't do 4,000.
He works in Alabama.
He works in Atlanta, not Alabama, Georgia.
I thought he said he worked in one of the biggest hospitals in Alabama.
Nick?
Not you, Tam.
Oh.
Nick from Echo Base fucking Network.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Pay attention.
Wrong Nick.
Wrong Nick.
Well, I didn't hear you switch subjects like that.
We were talking about food.
We were talking about food. Yeah. And that's how Nick from Echo Base Network got brought into the conversation. If you weren't working and paying attention, Tommy Jr.
Thought I was paying attention.
you thought wrong. Yeah, I know Nick Utam. Yes, I know his family business in Tennessee, and he's in Atlanta. Yes, I do know that. Yes.
So, why didn't he do the family business? Did he ever say why?
Who?
The one you're just talking about.
Nick Utam is his family has had a family business in Tennessee for shop and stuff for decades.
Are they still in business?
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah,
I'm gonna try to go down there when I end of this month.
Oh yeah, in Gatlinburg.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's a vacation town. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
First time I had Cece's cupcakes were from there.
I love Gatlinburg.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. Hit the wineries and stuff.
Yeah, buddy.
We were supposed to get some moonshine when we were in Cincinnati there, but that didn't quite pan out for us, unfortunately. But yeah.
What kind do you like?
Instead of it being the stuff that we can all get from Tennessee, the guy had made an apple kind. I think he had said. Late would be able to tell you more about it because he was.
It was apple pie, but I can't remember if he said he made it or he had some.
Okay, I thought he said he made it, but
yeah, then he was drinking, forgot it.
Yeah, so we were excited about that, but we didn't get it. And then, like I said, I didn't end up drinking at all. Brian came and got me Friday night, and we hung out with everybody, and then he took me back to the hotel, and I crashed, and then I chillaxed till afternoon at the hotel. I was like, I'm not in. It was literally like less than a mile of a walk, so it was nothing. But Justin Proper hit me up, and then he came and got me, and we rolled to the event together. And then I met Draven there as well, Angelus Draven, and yeah, we had a good time on Saturday, and then again we all hung out on Saturday night. That's when I got to talk with Nick from Echo Base Network. It was funny because we had Nick and Nick sitting together, and I'm like, oh look, it's Nick and Night and Nick. But yeah, we had there was a whole lot of fun that was had, man. People at the bar were really nice. Everybody was having fun. It was good to see, and I'm ready for more of that. More of what that we all love to do, hang out with our friends and just have a good time. Be human, maybe a little naughty. You never know. Except Tommy. Tommy's never naughty.
Nope.
But yeah. Let's see.
So what was your favorite part about the new What If?
It didn't suck.
I like the storyline behind it, like how they worked every little thing out. It's not one of the ones where you watch it and you're kind of going, you could have done it this way. That would have worked better. But it was good for me.
Yeah, I mean, overall I've liked them all because when you break down a what if and what it's supposed to be, it's not your main universe, right? So in this one, exactly. So Killmonger saves Tony, so Tony never becomes Iron Man, so Iron Man never exists, but Tony Stark still exists. And then the rabbit holes we go through and the journey, man, I liked it. I really did. There are some people that are upset because they felt maybe that they were trying to make Killmonger a good guy again. And I'm just like, hey, this is the thing about what if, man. This was the whole point of what if.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
About what?
Killmonger killing Tony?
Well, he saves him first and then he kills him.
Yeah. He didn't want to kill him. He even said, he goes, you were the one I didn't want to kill, basically.
Yep.
Well, then don't.
He had
to because he found out that he killed Brody and Black Panther, his cousin.
Yeah. And tried to frame Black Panther for doing it.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to cause a war. That's basically what it was.
Tony Stark was trying to cause a war?
No. Tony was...
Killmonger
was trying to start a war.
Okay.
He had a very complex plan, and he needed Iron Man's help to do it.
Gotcha. So he killed Iron Man.
After Iron Man built his drones that look like Gundams. I mean, dude, it's a good episode. The last two, like I said, the first episode was kind of, I don't think that was the greatest one to start off with, but okay, whatever. They did, and I was fine with it. You know, the animation's kind of weird, but whatever. Overall, it's a what-if storyline, and I like so far, every one of them is a what-if storyline. Some of them are kind of lazy. But still, you know, it's a fucking cartoon. You can just watch it and enjoy it. I mean, if you can't just sit there, watch it and enjoy it, then you're not going to like it. There's no argument. But that's what if always was. That's the thing I kind of like. You know, at the end of the day, yeah, I like it. Does that mean Marvel is safe? No, not at all. Not by any means. I mean, shit, I still haven't even got through the Loki series because I got worn out on. You know, I watched WandaVision, and for the most part, I enjoyed that. I was like, okay, because I didn't have a stake in it, didn't give a shit. You know, Captain Black Falcon America, that, you know, I really had no fucks given on that, and I watched it, and then I ended up feeling the same way by the end of it. Like, it was pretty decent at certain points, and then, you know, you got to do better. Well, go fuck yourself. Loki, I started watching that, and the only part I liked was that variant from Endgame and all that.
Now,
but
I do know they approved for a second season of What If. So I don't know if they're going to continue the stories that they've already started. Or they're going to make new ones.
Well, I mean, What If has always been a one-off. Like, it would be a book. It wouldn't continue on and on and on and on and on in the aspect of that storyline.
Well, they did with the zombies. The zombies had like 8 books. So I was curious if they were going to continue that one.
Right. Well, I mean, I enjoyed it. I liked having different zombies for a change. Like, some people hated it, but I kind of liked it.
I was pissed off because the Hulk turned into a zombie.
Yeah, I know.
Because, like, in the comic books, he did.
Oh, yeah.
He was, like, the strongest one.
Heck yeah. But, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, this is the best we've gotten from Marvel in a long time. The movies have been shit for a long time. I haven't been a fan of them, but again, I can still watch them and enjoy bits and pieces out of them, or it's good background noise. But yeah, I mean, I think the theatrical stuff that we witnessed in our lifetimes is done. We're not going to see these huge blockbusters ever again because, you know, everything they've made from even before 2016, but from 2016 Ghostbusters on, has just steadily gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. And they're doubling, tripling down. And now it's at that point, why you got to go to the movie theater, right? You pay $30 on your TV and you can watch it. Hey, man, we're like this far away from being in the Wally world, right? You sit in a chair, food's just given to you, and you never fucking move. You can watch whatever you want when you want. As long as you don't run out of credits.
Hey, Chinese social credit.
Damn right.
Hey, Canada switched to that.
Do what?
Canada has switched to the Chinese social credit score.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, they were talking about it this week.
To just a credit score, but credit score doesn't have anything to do with money.
Well, all countries have a different credit score, so if you're trying to get good with the other country, you're going to follow their credit score. So maybe they're going to go with their money too. I don't know.
Those damn dirty Canucks. I knew we couldn't trust those Maple Leafs. What's up, OG? The Greg is in his house. It is another friend of ours, Deranged Lunatic, who has been in the chat before. It's his birthday today, so happy, I think he's 60. 60th birthday.
Oh,
Are we
happy
allowed
birthday.
to sing happy birthday, or is that copyrighted?
I think it's copyright, but you go ahead, Tommy.
I'm good. How's you?
But you're good. He says, I'm good. No, I'm Tommy Gunn. You know, I'm a porn star, not a singer.
He wishes.
Well, I mean, our Tommy Gunn wishes, yes, but you know, as I know and you know, we had Tommy Gunn, the porn star, and Tommy Gunn from Rocky IV. So either way, it's not our Tommy Gunn. Tommy Gonzalez. You know, that way we're a little more diverse with the flaming skull.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised they didn't add Ghost Rider to the end game.
Oh, I'm not.
Why?
Because they tied him in with the Marvel Universe with the
X-Men?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not surprised that they didn't do it.
I never watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, well, there's your first problem. Yeah. I watched it. It was all right. It got kind of weird at the end, and they did the Ghost Rider, but it wasn't the Ghost Rider, and I just didn't give a shit.
Yeah, that's why I didn't watch it.
Yeah. I mean, I still watched it because it was more the car version, whatever. You know, there were multiple, as we know, there were multiple Ghost Riders, but you want to know Johnny Blaze, and I didn't give no shit.
So why didn't they do the, what was the cowboy Ghost Rider?
Sam Elliott?
Huh?
Sam Elliott?
They should have done that one. Cowboy in the big city kind of deal.
Wasn't that like the original part in the movie?
Yeah.
Like where he was like the older? Yeah, okay.
Yep.
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, we had just that little bit of energy left to ride off with Nicolas Cage. Because that motorcycle, is one of the Ghost Rider motorcycles is here at the Hall of Heroes Museum. They have the actual movie motorcycle.
Does it got the skull on the front, or does it got the chains for the forks?
I tell you to go through my Facebook, but you can't. It's it's been a couple years since I've stopped over there, which I got to talk with the guy for some of the upcoming events because I'm really trying to do that YouTubers Corner, get as many of us together, including Tap Away Late.
Yeah, the motorcycle for the second.
I thought I was muted.
Than the first one.
No, motherfucker, you are not muted.
Yeah, I know what's going on. It's the stupid camera.
You got your mic set up through your camera.
Gotcha. Yeah, all we can hear is and it's funny. I mean, like we're laughing about it. I am anyway. It's kind of funny, but I'm like, all right, whatever.
Glad you didn't say nothing like inappropriate.
Right? Yeah, these fucking assholes.
Yeah. But now the.
Well, I'm gonna take care of that.
The motorcycle from Ghost Rider 2 is cooler than the first one.
I'm pretty sure it's the
now you
second
can
one.
hear me.
Yep.
Now now the mute works.
There you go. There you go. Ever working?
I was trying to spell Ghost Rider and I put Goat Rider.
Yeah, I don't want to see Goat Rider, man.
Yeah, that one don't look seem too great. Was you Google searching it?
Yeah, to show the picture.
Oh
of
God!
I typed in what, but I typed it like ghost, like GHOAT.
Delete your
Nice.
browsing history.
I didn't hit enter, you jackwagon. But that's the one from the second one.
Yeah, well, obviously the wheels aren't on fire.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to remember which one it was he got. Because I've seen it. I don't think I've got any pictures of it. And I wouldn't be able to find them within the time frame of this show because I've got so many pictures. But he picked that up. He got the Iron Man car from Stark Industries that the suit fell on. He's got that. So yeah, it's the world's largest museum of comic book stuff, and it's right down the road here from the house. And I know the guy that runs it. He's a real nice fella. He's one of the guys that was in the pictures that I sent where I was, doing the thumbs up. Alan Stewart, real good guy. Loves comics and stuff. So yeah, I mean, he's going to be the guy that I'm trying to work with to getting all of us together at some point, hopefully, along with some of the other events that are in different cities so that maybe, more people like, how we met. He's got the Captain America shield. Here it is. I will do. All right. Let me find. Share.
If I made a Captain America shield, do you think that would sell good?
Paul Rudd got the whole cast of Endgame to sign a Captain America shield and sold it for charity and got $53,000 for it.
Oh wow! So I don't remember which one Alan has. It's from one of the movies, and the entire cast signed it. And then he'd have it, which will be in all these pictures that I'm going to show you because I did find on his page the this is the motorcycle he has.
Oh, hang on, I'm coming.
You're good because Tommy's sleeping.
Okay, that's the one from the first one. Yeah.
Okay,
That's cool.
So
It's
yeah,
still a cool bike. It really is. But I'm just a big fan of the VMAX.
yeah.
That thing is just an insane bike.
But I mean, he's got. This is some pictures from the old Hall of Heroes. He had the garage converted into. Yeah, man, that was the old one.
Sorry.
You're good. But yeah, so it looked like the Hall of Justice. He had the garage turned into the Hall of Justice.
That was on
Gas Monkey.
Yeah, that's right.
He bought the car. He bought the Iron Man car from right there.
Richard.
Yep. And I've got pictures of it when he first got it. It was right after Richard had left. And then here's the shield signed by the cast.
That's cool.
Yeah. But I can't remember which one this one's out of, which movie. But it's might be out of the original Captain America movie. I can't remember. But yeah. And then, he added stuff to it. The new place. I haven't been. This is the new one. I have not been to the new one yet, which is right up the road. I used to go to this one here because it looked like the hall. And he would do this on the Halloweens and have trick or trunk stuff. And then he had his wall with people that was signed because he's been to so many conventions. One of the original '66 bat suits that was worn, comics and stuff. But yeah, he's on Facebook. He's been doing all kinds of stuff. He got the local Comic-Con going on here in Elkhart, which is where I met, Sam Jones. So yeah, it was an Adrian Paul. It was really cool. And he's a really nice guy. Just loves comics, man. And,
I gotta let the dogs out.
All right. So yeah, I mean, it's just he was a really good dude. And it was good to know him. So I'm going to try to get a table at some point if everything works out. A lot of it's going to depend on Horror Hound because theirs is generally in March, and this is also in March, but the beginning. So obviously the guys are going to want to hit Horror Hound. But if Horror Hound doesn't happen in March, maybe I can get them up here, which doesn't do you guys any good. Unless you're going to take a vacation in March and come north. Come play in the snow. Because I know how much you want to go, skiing, Tommy, in a pair of thongs.
Oh, yeah.
I know that's on your to-do list.
Oh, that would be like nightmare fuel.
Get us to 150 subs. You can see Tommy skiing in a thong. And if you want, it could even be a thong that you buy and send him.
Don't put that evil on me.
That's not a no. That was not a no.
Because he knows he's going to have to do it.
Oh. All because you couldn't Google something for 3 seconds. Your punishment, sir. Your punishment.
He should have to do it for that.
Just because, I mean, come on, you're supposed to want to actually participate. Don't be a late. But no, man, some of the stuff you had sent, like the whole new Beverly Jesus. I had it. Fresh Prince. There we go. Boom. Yeah, no, I don't care. Like, it wasn't made for me in the first place, and I'm not going to watch. I don't have cable, and I watched the Fresh Prince special they had. I think it was on Netflix or whatnot with the original cast and stuff. Yeah, that was cool to see, but you can't make that shit these days. You couldn't even Will Smith couldn't make the original show he was on these days. He'd be racist. Oh, he's racist. So yeah, man, I don't care about that at all. I had no intention of watching it in the first place. So good luck with it. I bet you were excited for that show, aren't you, Tommy? You're excited for the new Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
No. It'll ruin the original. I actually like the original.
There was nothing wrong with the original. No. Yep, they had some good episodes in there, man. That was good TV back then, and I don't have any faith in what we've seen for TV these days. No, sir. I don't think so.
Nope.
Let's see.
So what's everybody up to?
No.
We want to know if you're really wanting this new Prince of Bel-Air movie show.
Absolutely not.
Well, I did when they did the reboot of Roseanne. I actually started watching it until Roseanne actually left, and then I stopped watching it.
I watched the first episode. It was okay. I watched a couple of them with the trans grandson daughter thing, and just was like, it's not the same.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the same. Like, they were trying to do the same stuff they did with the original, and it just, with today's climate, no. Now there's the Roseanne show without Roseanne with just a bunch of clucking leftist crazy people.
Yeah. Roseanne kind of balanced it out a tiny bit, but with her gone, it's like a total madhouse now.
Gotcha. Yeah, I tried. Like, I watched a few of them, and I'm just like, this is shit. I'm done. I'm done with hate watching stuff. Like I said, I'd rather go back and watch stuff from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even the 90s. I'll go watch good stuff. As you know, Tommy, I'm forever watching cartoons on the Disney Channel. Yeah. So, 90s X-Men, Spider-Man, there's quite a few different series and stuff. I'll just throw that on. I've been watching G.I. Joe on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for having Hasbro on there where they just keep playing it. So at some point I actually catch up where I fell asleep and then, get to see some of the episodes I hadn't seen. But yeah, that's been it. And then there's like a newer G.I. Joe that's on there too from like episode 1 to when it ends. So it's like, well, I don't even need to like put on Netflix or anything. I just put on YouTube and hit play. It's like, okay, this will work. I still haven't made it to the new G.I. Joe, but I'm on the originals. They have with Sir Panther and Sergeant Slaughter. So whole lot of fun there. Watching the old Joes.
I never was much for G.I. Joes.
Really?
I mean, I blew a bunch of them up, but other than that, like,
what about the Bionicle Man?
Like the $6 Million Man?
Yeah.
I watched that a little bit.
Knight Rider?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the old one, not the new one.
No, I did. I watched the older more. I think I saw the new one like once.
The new one. The one with the motorcycle?
No, the one with the Mustang.
And then he turned into a F-150.
Did it?
Yeah. He was able to transform into a truck, and then the Mustang, and
that's so
I think
stupid.
even a motorcycle at one point.
That's what I thought. That's why I said the one with the motorcycle. Yeah. So yeah, it was a transformer. Yeah.
And it could change its color. It could do anything really. But it only lasted a couple seasons, didn't it?
Don't know.
If that.
I think it only lasted like one.
Sounds awful.
Well, my problem is most TV shows don't even give shows a chance anymore. If like one bad critic says something, that kick the show now. Even if it is a good show. I'm not saying that one was, but like I hate watching a series and then finding out they canceled the series. Like right in the when it was going to be a good part. Did y'all ever watch Reaper?
I don't think so.
Well, it was a guy that worked at a grocery store, and he finds out his dad's the devil. Or his dad sold his son's soul to the devil. So now the son has to work for the devil as a bounty hunter. And so, like, he has to find creative ways to take down these demons. And one of them is a firefighter that literally causes fires. And so they walk through the grocery store getting all these fire alarms and putting it on their shirts and stuff. And they got fire extinguishers. And
there is some logic, or there's some flaw in your logic, because the CW shows have gotten massively nasty ratings and they're still going.
Well, I was talking back when we were kids.
Okay. Just trying to make sure.
Not now. No.
Okay.
They need to just. I used to watch the Flash series, and it was good.
Oh, the 90s. The 90s Flash?
No, the series now, it was decent.
Okay. But do you remember the 90s Flash?
No.
See, the 90s Flash, the guy that plays the other Flash in the Zuna, that's the guy from the 90s Flash.
Yeah.
The 1990s Flash series. I think
he wears the metal helmet.
Yeah. But he legitimately was the actor from the 1990s as well.
They just need to put that horse out of its misery.
Because I'm pretty sure it had like one season, maybe two. But it was a good season it was good back then in the 90s for what we got.
Y'all need to watch, what was it called, Utopia? Y'all need to watch Utopia. It's on Hulu. It's about this virus that everybody's scared of that doesn't kill people, but the vaccine is what kills the people.
Oh, so just like living in today's society. Okay, gotcha.
Yes. So, and it's legit. Like, you're scratching your head. You're like, okay, this seems too realistic. And it just came out last year. And it's a series. It's a good series. See a guy get his eye taken out by a spoon, though. That was a little graphic.
Supposed to use a spork, man.
You don't see that anymore.
Yeah.
You don't see that nowadays.
No, you don't. I mean, the last time we really had a good eyeing was like Loki, right? And
yeah.
Well, that was Avengers. Yeah.
Ragnarok. It was Ragnarok. His sister stabbed him in the eye.
No. When Loki put the thing on the guy's eye to take it when they were going after the Tesseract in the first Avengers movie.
Oh yeah. Now didn't they do that in Batman 2, The Dark Knight, where like the pencil was sitting on the table and he stabbed it through his eyes?
Joker did. He instead
Yeah.
he took his head and crammed it through and then said, "Yep, they broke a pencil in half." And told the two guys, they got to fight for the one position.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger. Yep. Yep. I mean, Thor's eye, like it just kind of she knocked his eye out. But yeah, Loki.
Yeah, like it didn't show it.
Bitch.
It didn't even show it either. It was like a quick note. You didn't get to see it.
And then they give him a fake robotic eye. So what was the fucking point? Now he looks like his dad because he's got one eye. Yeah, no, he doesn't.
No, he ain't ready to be King Thor yet.
Well, then he's Fat Thor now that just sits and drinks beer and eats pizza and yells at kids on video games.
Yeah,
Fortnite. Yeah. Damn it, Jason Mewes. You pissed off Thor again. Shame on you. You can't snoochie boochie your way out of that one. Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to. It's called Utopia. You'll have to check it out. I actually enjoyed it.
Well, that's good. I've been enjoying sleep.
Is that a
it's
long
actually
series?
It's kind of nice. Yeah, it comes and goes. I tried going like on a somewhat normal schedule pre-going on vacation and everything. Then I end up getting like no sleep the first night. Like I got off with you guys last week and I ended up laying there and I couldn't fall asleep till like 3:30 in the morning. I get up, I have breakfast. I just, like I said, chillaxed in the hotel room watching like Judge Dredd and stuff. Hit the convention, get back after hanging out with everybody at like 3:30, go to sleep, to turn around, get up at 9 o'clock again, go have the hotel breakfast. Which really I didn't eat the second day because at 11 we all went to Cracker Barrel. So then I had real coffee and real breakfast too. But the Holiday Inn I was at had hot breakfast. It's like they had biscuits and gravy and sausage and bacon and eggs and shit. The first day they had cinnamon rolls and the same stuff. So, it was a pretty decent little for like $91 a night, dude. I can't complain. No bed bugs, nice hotel. It was clean. Got everything I needed. Yeah. So I spent $211 on lodging for the Friday, Saturday, so it wasn't too bad.
No.
I mean, it wasn't as nice as the place I stayed at when I came and seen you guys. Like that one was a really, really nice hotel. This one would be like just a little, it was just smaller, had like one little shitty elevator. But at the end of the day, I can't complain. Like I tagged them in Facebook. I left wonderful messages and stuff, filled out a great review because it was a good stay. The beds were good. It was clean. We hung out, had time with some of the YouTubers shooting the shit at the hotel before we went out to eat at the hotel, So, I mean, yeah, it was a good time, man. It's like when we all hung out, it was a fucking blast, when I got that at the beginning of the year to hang out with you guys. So, don't know what's next. Hopefully everybody gets to keep doing conventions and having fun because it was a real nice positivity. You could feel the positivity in the air. And sadly enough, though, it still just felt like a horror hound. A normal Friday, a normal Saturday, and a normal Sunday. Even with the last 2 years of the insanity that we've been dealing with, like there weren't any, it didn't feel like there were extra people there because of the lockdowns and the mask. And, people wore masks, people didn't wear masks. So it really didn't matter on the mask level or even the vaccination level. People were just there having fun, and it was good to see. I think a lot of people, especially like the Vegas run with Gary and his crew, some of the other get-togethers with some of the other people that I know, like Jesse at the Crow's Nest when he went down to Florida to hang out with some of the guys in the stream. It's just that same thing. Everybody's just happy to see each other again and be able to leave. Get that bit of normalcy back.
Oh, yeah.
In a fucking crazy world that we live in, of course that is. It's all Seth's fault, though. He's not behind the helm, taking care of everything, making sure we're steering straight as the crow flies. Man, fly, you fools.
So how,
Oh, definitely, Oiler Greg, definitely. The older TV shows are better. I'd much rather go back and watch Bill Bixby as the Hulk than any iteration that we've had since with Lou Ferrigno. Even as far back as the '66 Batman, I love that shit. That was great. As we were talking about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like I'd rather watch that than anything of the new stuff that's came out, or it's just man. I'll throw Frasier on and watch that. The thing I liked about Frasier was whether or not you watch Cheers or not. Like the very first episode, there's a little bit of talk about his time at Cheers, and then you can just continue the story on. And then there was supposed to be a continuation of that Jez and I talked about that we're kind of excited for, but want to see what they do with it. And we'll see if we ever get that. But yeah, today's TV shows, it's what? It's like 90% of the shows are all supposedly real TV, so you can interact or whatever. And it's just not the same.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Did you watch Snake Eyes?
Mm-mm. I did watch some of Black Widow. So I've gotten like a fourth of the way through the movie, but I've kept falling. I was a little intoxicated and otherwise. But I didn't hate what I saw. Like the sisters were fighting. That's about where I got at the beginning half. So, and about a fourth of the way in, it was. I mean, I don't expect much out of it, considering it was 10 years too late anyway. I'm still gonna watch it, but it's kind of like that Loki thing. It's like I'll watch it, but don't really care. I think Seth's right with the Spider-Man movie being like the most exciting thing coming out. And we'll see.
Definitely gonna be Shang-Chi.
The Doctor Strange movie, I think, is gonna be good.
Could be.
I like Doctor Strange, so.
But we're gonna know probably a lot about that movie based off the Spider-Man movie.
That's true.
So it's kind of. I mean, I want to hold out for it, but it's just really been hard to be excited about anything that's coming out of that camp. Yeah. We got the Hawkeye show that's coming out. Whatever.
Kate Bishop, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're doing a Hawkeye show? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all gonna be about Kate Bishop.
Pretty much.
So.
Wave 4, the feminist wave.
Yeah. MCU.
Yep.
Well, see, what happened to, like, movies used to go for the majority will like it, so we'll make the majority amount of money. Now they're going for, like, the select few people that can say, oh, I got that in common, so I like this movie. Like, that's why their movies are sucking, because only, like, a few people can enjoy it.
Well, this just goes back to that 2016 shit I was talking about earlier. Like, we had shit movies back before then, but it really came to head in 2016. Yeah. When they fucked with Ghostbusters and they started fucking with Star Wars is when everybody's eyes kind of opened up, right? But all you motherfuckers before that didn't say shit for the 2 decades we had same shit movies, just not quite as in your face as this was, because this has been coming a long time. It's not like it just happened overnight. Now, when you see what the MCU did, and if Endgame is the end of the MCU, then that's a great ending to a franchise, because y'all are fucking up left, right, and center right now. And we'll see what DC does. There's just no hope, though. It feels hopeless anyway. Everything new gets, it's like, oh, okay, who's excited about Indiana Jones? And then the last thing I heard was they're going to replace him with some young chick and whatnot. I'm like, didn't we have that in Tomb Raider?
Now, so have any of y'all read any of the Deadpool comics?
No.
Did you know that Deadpool made an Infinity Stone using the Infinity Gauntlet?
No.
Yes. It's in one of the comics. I don't want to spoil it, but y'all have to look it up. When Deadpool made an Infinity Stone.
Might as well just tell us.
Yeah, we're not going to look that shit up.
It's black. I haven't finished the whole story, so.
Oh, okay. Well, when you finish it, then you'll have to, bring that back up.
Well, I was just telling y'all, because I got into reading it, I think 2 nights ago, and I was like, also, the Infinity Stones can actually make an Infinity Stone if the comic book actually relates to the MCU. Like, Deadpool is kind of a gray area because, like, he does some stuff that doesn't make sense. That, like, really wouldn't happen in the MCU.
Well, you got the MC shoe, you got the MCQ, you got, the universe that's just of the movies that then doesn't really pay any attention to the lineage of the comics, and then you've got the comics, which was its own division as well nowadays. So it's
But it pissed me off that they destroyed that Thanos was able to destroy them, because in the comic books you couldn't get rid of them.
Oh, the stones, yeah.
Yes, yeah, you couldn't get rid of the stones. And it's just, I just had to snap again and it destroyed them. No, that's not how it worked. If that was the case, someone would have destroyed one already. Just like WandaVision wanted to destroy one.
Right.
That's where I kind of like, this is messed up.
I'm going to use the time stone to reverse it and then just take that bitch. Although I will say I liked it in the zombie episode. Like, that shit was funny, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I've been feeding Black Panther to her ass. I just can't live with myself no more.
Yeah.
Self-sacrifice.
WandaVision, though, was badass. Like, I mean, seeing her as a zombie, it's like, oh, hell.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And like I said, I like the zombie episodes. I feel they've only gotten better the further that they've gone, and they've gone more in the what if universe. Because that first one, I mean, I get it. What if, Peggy Carter was to do it, and then she throws a car, and you're like, well, maybe Cap could do it too, but who knows? He's flung a motorcycle. And then the same thing with T'Challa as Star-Lord, even though he wouldn't be called Star-Lord. So it's like, all right, well.
Well, he even had a problem with it being called Star-Lord, and that's what got to me.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's all been good. Like I've thoroughly enjoyed. I've thoroughly enjoyed the hell out of the what ifs just because it's a what if.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about destroying the story.
Yep. Tommy, I need your help making a bumper.
A bumper?
Yeah.
What kind of bumper?
For my golf cart.
Nice.
I can do that. You want out pipe, tubing, or?
I don't know. I've got my original one that's in pretty good shape. It's just I want to be able to put my utility trailer on the back.
I can do that.
Trying to find a bumper that I want to like model after.
Oh, well, my dad's got two that he might sell you one that came from Linux, and it is Linux.
Them big ones?
Yes.
Hmm.
You know which ones I'm talking about that
Any
we're trying to fit on ours?
Any chance you could grab one and like grab them and bring them up and just see if they would like fit?
Yeah.
Cause like I don't want to buy something.
I
Yeah.
don't see him having a problem with it.
Just bring them up to the house. I mean, because that'd be easier than me bringing the golf cart down there.
Oh, dude, you got to drive the golf cart down there. And,
That thing would not make it. Oh my gosh, it'd be like pop, pop, pop. It wouldn't even make it out of the
I get to drive the golf cart tomorrow.
Nice.
My dad's the one that pops the willies.
Yeah.
Now,
So, that's funny because you were talking about that not too long ago.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's
Right.
funny shit.
But Seth, I was riding with him with the in his golf cart.
Mm-hmm.
I swear every time I ride with him, he takes in corners so sharp, you swear it's gonna roll.
He got in trouble for that shit though. He won't be doing that again. And you were telling me
Wait,
about
you got
that
in
golf
trouble
cart
for
that
it?
Tommy and them had.
Yeah.
You were talking about that shit not that long ago.
Last week.
What'd you do?
I was spinning. I was coming down through and down my driveway and hit. Let me see if I can just find the little video clip because it's funnier.
He Tokyo drifted.
Oh yeah, I was Tokyo getting it.
Like, did you mess it up or did you
No.
just
No,
flip
no,
it?
no, 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 no. It's a what if. What if you would have fallen and got hurt?
Oh.
Because
Yeah,
of the
for real.
situation right now. So yeah. I mean, I get it, but it was fun. Like I watched the video and it's like I got in trouble for this, and I'm watching. And I'm like, why? Like my brain went full man. I was like, why? You didn't. You pulled it off perfectly. Oh, if I got hurt. Oh, okay, yeah, I get it now.
Yeah, it was total what if.
Yep.
So I want to make a small video for the show. My oldest boy, he wants to put a motor on his bicycle, and they make them. And so we bought the kit for it, and it comes with a little gas tank you put on it and stuff, and it comes in like 100 pieces. So I'm gonna make like a how to build it video and put it up on here.
Are you ready for this, Tommy?
Yeah. Did you get this off your security cameras?
Yep.
Oh, that was a perfect slide. Like, tires didn't come up or nothing.
I know. That's why I said when I first saw it, I'm like, wait a minute, why are you in trouble? Because like it's perfect. And then he told me, and I go, okay, I see it now. I was like, okay, I got you.
My whole family was sitting over at my parents' house. I just come barreling down the driveway, and I was so far, like I was hanging out of the seat, trying to counterweight.
Now, can you put a bigger carburetor on that?
Yeah, I mean, I need a whole top end.
Yeah. Or buy you one of them trikes that's been wrecked and take the motor and everything out of that and put it in a golf cart. Just take the whole back end and put it on the back.
Well, see, I really want to find another golf cart like your dad's.
Yeah.
And then get the rear end out of that.
Oh, yeah.
Because that rear end, is built in with reverse and forward. So if I wanted to switch and put like a bigger motor, I could do that and still have reverse.
Right.
The way my golf cart is kind of crappy because my golf cart runs on solenoid. So like you turn the key to the forward position and the forward solenoid pushes the motor to run forward. If I turn the key to the off and then reverse, then the solenoid pushes it backwards and the motor legit backs up in reverse. It runs backwards. So it's weird, but
so I don't know if you've seen them yet. Have you seen where people have taken their golf carts and make them look like the military jeeps?
yeah.
That would be cool.
That was a different one.
Huh?
That was a different one.
Next thing you know, we're going to see him building a ramp to jump it.
No.
Hey, did you ever see that guy that hit that hit that roof with his car? In this case, it'll be, hey, you ever see that Appalachian American that hit that bear on a go-kart? He just keeps on going.
Yeah.
F you, bear. I'm
Dude,
going.
That thing would be just destroyed if you jumped it. It's really not in that good a shape. I did get the steering situated out, Tommy, because you remember the last time we rode it, it wanted to kind of pull.
Yeah, what was wrong with it?
The pitman arm for the front steering, it was a spline. The shaft coming out of the gearbox was spline, and the splines on the pitman arm was wore out. So the pitman arm that connects to the front wheels to go right and left,
Yeah.
it was just wild. There was a whole bunch of play in it.
Yeah.
So you'd be going on a road and you'd have to like counter steer it to keep it in the road, But it'd be like it just wouldn't trail right.
Mm.
You need an Argo. I mean, that'd be cool. Why don't you bring one up? Because that sounds out of my budget. I'm Poe, and I need yeah.
He's a married man in a single family work environment at the moment. So he's Poe.
Fact checkers got me.
Uh-oh.
Missing context. Oh no. Oh no. Fauci is God. All hail the dad.
The Fauci.
All hail Fauci.
You scumbag.
Oh. Oh yeah. So I think we're gonna have a visitor.
Oh,
I
that'd be
guess.
nice.
Yeah. Lape, you still in here? Or you dead?
He muted himself because he's busy working.
I'm here.
Hey, buddy.
I'm eating. What do you want?
What you eating?
Ground beef, chorizo, and cashews.
That sounds good.
I got Oreos and milk right now.
Ugh.
God, you're such a fatty.
So
You guys ever done the? You guys ever done like the mix, the candy corn peanut mix?
No.
All right, so normally candy corn is all right. It's not something that I go out of my way to just eat. But candy corn mixed with peanuts is incredibly delicious.
So candy corn mixed with peanuts is delicious, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Why?
Okay. No reason. Just double checking. Got to fact check so you don't get in trouble.
Do you like paydays?
Paydays are okay. The chocolate ones were better.
Well, that's the Baby Ruth. The Baby Ruth is hands down way better.
Yeah. Because the chocolate paydays were really good too. The regular paydays were all right. But I see where you're going with the candy corn being close to the caramel and the payday and the nougat mix. Baby Ruths are delicious. I like Butterfingers too, but I can't eat them, so I'm just going to drink beer and whatever else I was just drinking. Peach whiskey and peach lemonade juice from Menards.
Menards. What is that joke about? What does the pirate say that's been kicked in the nuts? Menards.
Oh, Menards. No, I'm serious, man. These are like 88 cents at Menards, and they're not bad. This is a peach lemonade, and then I put about from there to there with peach whiskey, and shaked it up, and it was really, that's what I've been drinking, and it was delicious. And before that, it was the Amberbach. So
do you know why the candy corn is colored the way it is?
Nope, don't care.
'Cause they'll look like that when you put it together.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it looks like corn on a cob without a cob.
Yeah.
I always like the little pumpkin ones better.
Well, the only reason when we would get them trick or treating, we would use them as vampire teeth. We'd stick them on our teeth.
Or fling them at people.
Yeah.
Those were always the best candies when you were be at like the theater and throw shit at people.
Yeah. Now, the thing that made me the maddest is when you would get a mint for Halloween candy.
Like a spearmint?
Yeah.
Breath mint? Or, peppermint? Yeah. I got you.
It's not candy.
Wait a minute. Wait. What kind of mint? Like, are you talking like a what about like mint juleps or
Oh, like the red and white peppermint candies.
Like
Like
the
the
Christmas candy.
Yeah.
Like, I've even gotten candy canes for Halloween one year. I was pissed.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I was like,
Hold on.
he's got to be a year old. Who gets candy canes at Halloween? So that's
I mean, I buy candy canes every year because there's always new fun candy canes and shit. Lifesavers came out with like wintergreens that are like the wintergreen candies and shit. So those are like the bomb, but they don't make it through Christmas. Like I'll have them hanging up here on the Jameson rack, and then they're gone. Like I'll eat them, but I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't. You wouldn't in October. You wouldn't be getting a candy cane from me, pal. Sorry.
What was the worst candy y'all got trick or treat?
An apple.
What are them like circus peanuts?
Oh yeah.
Who the fuck gives out circus peanuts at Halloween? You pissed somebody off, didn't you?
No.
Wow. Circus peanuts. Yeah, we used to have a dentist that would give out toothbrushes.
Oh, that house needs to be TP'd for that.
And then like you'd have the people that would give out raisins or fucking apples. It's like, no, this isn't. No.
This ain't what I came here for. Give me the good
Hey,
stuff.
Tommy, what does this light mean?
You done fucked up.
Hey, Tommy, you could light your cigarette off that. I could light my cigar off that. Shit.
Oh, yeah. Somebody in the comment section, I don't know if you can see this, I can't blow it up. He said flex tape it. I love it.
I cut this boat in half. Now we're on the water in it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I like it.
Flex tape it.
Flex tape it. Yes. Let's see how that works. I like it. I'll buy that for $1.
Y'all ever tried flex tape?
No.
No.
Okay.
I've used the Flex Seal on the steel roof where like they had put holes in and, just to go over it, and it worked. I mean, like, obviously that'll work because it keeps the water from dripping down the tin roof and stuff.
Well, the bad thing about the flex tape is if you ever need to remove it, it's a nightmare. Like, you got to put some oomph into it to remove it in the first place. And then you're going to sit there with a razor blade. Goo Gone don't work on it. And it seems like even like brake fluid, paint thinner, nothing wants to touch the stuff. So you just
I made my own flex tape out of the aluminum tape, and then I painted that shit over it. Yeah. And that worked real good in the washer where the washer had rusted apart, and I had to put this thing back together for where the bleach corner was for the one old washer I had. And that kept that fucker going for like another 3-4 months versus buying the actual flex tape. I just painted duct tape. And it worked, till the washer finally was enough to be taken out to the outside and had the scrappers come get it. I believe in scrapping, Look, if you're going to come get my shit and go make a buck off of it, I'll come get it. No problems. So.
Well, you got to know exactly when to scrap, though. That's the problem.
That's not my problem, though.
Yeah. Like I'm talking for people that scrap.
Yeah.
They got to know exactly when to scrap. It can't be one of them jobs that you do for a career.
Oh, a lot of times it's people that they just do it on the side, so they'll just come get the stuff and then they'll go take it. I've been known to give, 12, 14 bags of aluminum cans as well with the, old air conditioning unit and furnace and that kind of shit. It's like, oh, you're going to come scrap this stuff? Hey, you want to scrap it? You come scrap it. Just get it out of my house.
See, my boy, he was wanting to save money, and this when he was younger. And so he got really into collecting soda cans and crushing them. And he collected a lot. And he's like, I want to go take it to scrap now. I was like, no, you need to wait. Price is low. Wait till it gets back up. No, I want to go now. So I had my truck piled to it was taller than my truck. I took it down there. He only got $20. He was pissed.
I mean, you tried to tell him.
Yeah.
And that's why when the price went back to normal, you go, now this is what you would have got had you listened to me.
Oh, yeah. But we went to the local. See, we have a small scrapyard, and then we got the big scrapyard. The big scrapyard pays more because the small scrapyard actually sells to the big scrapyard. So, of course, the bigger scrapyard's gonna pay more. But we just went to the small one because it helps out the local people. It's
Right.
big scrapyard. It's owned. Canada owns it, so it's like, yeah, no, I'd rather help the little guy first.
Those damn Maple Leafs, don't trust them. Even the Chang-Chi guy that's, Canadian, they hated his ass. Not Chinese enough.
Do you think they'll actually be able to replace Wolverine?
Yeah.
I don't know. He just fit that character too well.
I think they've already picked him out.
Have they said who it is?
I think it's that Terrence Egerton kid from Kingsman.
I'm sorry. It's just when you think of Wolverine, that's who you think of.
A 5'3" dude in a comic book? Yes, that is correct. Yep. Looking at the Juggernaut, like, all right, I'm here, bitch. Let's party.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, I think it's stupid. I get it though, but with the relaunches and shit, it's if
the problem
Disney...
with Wolverine is he's immortal, basically. Like, he doesn't age for a long time, so the actor has to be someone that ages very well.
That's what you got your deep fakes for. But I mean, at the end of the day, the biggest issue is with Wolverine himself. Which one are you going to go running with? And then on top of that, all right, I get it. He's getting older in the way that they killed him off, so this is going to be a reboot. And if Disney would have been smart, they'd have done what Marvel did back in the 90s, where they relaunched everything that they done fucked up with two main titles: Spider-Man with McFarlane, X-Men with Jim Lee.
Yep.
That's what they relaunched everything with, and Disney would have an opportunity to fix everything, but they're too busy just fucking everything up left and right. Yeah. Sorry, Seth's mom, but it's true. That's all they're doing. And how much longer before finally things get better? I say never, because it just doesn't seem, it's been since before 2016, but that's the big one with the Ghostbusters again. So I don't know. We don't have any good entertainment.
Well, what they did with the Fantastic Four, the reboot, was horrible.
Yeah, that was that guy's version of what he thought it should be. I mean, like, right here's four people that could all have different versions of what their version of the Fantastic Four would be, and it would still be better than that crock of shit.
Now, I will say the way the Thing looked was good, but the acting from it was terrible.
Right. Dude, I didn't even know it was a Fantastic Four movie when I was watching. Like, I was at a hotel. I don't remember where. But, you're flipping through the channel and, like, the movie had already started. So I had no idea what it was. And the way that it started and played out, like, I had no idea what the hell I was watching for a while. And I'm like, wait a minute, is this that shit Fantastic? And by the time I figured out what it was, I was like, oh, my God, this is awful.
Have you ever caught yourself?
I've done that.
Have you ever caught yourself flipping through the channels? And if you see an explosion, that's where you stop. Is that just a guy thing? We see an explosion or gunfire, we just stop to see what the movie's about?
I mean, maybe. If I see a car.
Mine's either explosion or a fight scene. That's usually where I stop. I just set the remote down for a second.
I only stop for boobs.
Well, that's why you got that Playboy channel. Okay, I got you, player. Yeah, I don't have like really TV channels, so my shit's all.
Well, I don't either. But I'm talking about back in the day when I would sit down and watch. I would be flipping through the channers, and then I'll see an explosion and sit the remote down.
I always had a guide for the most part. So I mean, other than when I was like younger, but like most of my mid-adult life, I've always had a guide. So you just click on, what's on. So it's like I would find what I wanted to watch.
See, I could never plan on watching something because of my work schedule and everything back in the day. So I would just watch what was ever on TV. I never even went to the God channel. Spike used to be the most amazing channel. Now it's like horrible.
Spike, TBS, TNT, got movies for guys who like movies and shit. Yeah,
When
man.
did the Man Show come on? Was that Comedy Central?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, that sounds about
Yeah,
right.
Comedy Central.
I remember that. That was a good show.
Back when
Now
Comedy
women
Central was
jumping
good.
on trampolines.
Oh yeah.
Of course, I watched that.
Yeah, they couldn't make that nowadays.
Man, we can barely make this nowadays. So, you know, it is what it is. Flame on.
Do what?
I called him Flame on
Oh yeah.
because, you know, Burning Skull.
Well,
What it
flame
looks like
on
from
or flame
here,
or whatever.
Flamer, Flame on.
it looks like a campfire cooking a marshmallow on top.
It does, dude. It really does. I mean, I know I'm buzzed, but shit. Yeah, I could
Seth,
see
you
it.
just need to hold a stick, and then Adam could be the marshmallow, and you're cooking him.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll go with it. It's all good. Hell yeah. You betcha. Too
So,
much fun.
which I haven't really heard on YouTube of anybody getting kicked off lately. Have y'all?
For
No.
what?
On YouTube, people getting kicked off, like getting their channels deleted. I haven't heard that in a while.
I mean, I got deleted from a Discord, but that's about it.
Well, they finally got rid of all their conspiracy
Guidelines?
podcasts.
Oh yeah, that's true. They got rid of a
Everybody
lot.
moved over to Rumble.
I'm drawing a blank on the name, but what's the word on the guy that was having surgery or whatever that you guys used to watch all the time?
He's still got a YouTube channel. That's
Steven
Crowder.
Yeah, thank you, Louder with Crowder, because yeah,
He came back. He's doing all right. He's still kind of recovering, but for the most part, able to still do the
His wife
show.
got COVID though, and
Yeah.
he doesn't. Yeah.
Even though he was tested multiple times.
Yeah, he's tested multiple times.
what I found funny is the people that have gotten the vaccine test positive and then they fucking put them in lockdown. It's like, you had the vaccine, of course. What does the test look for? Antibodies. So if you got the vaccine and you're fully vaccinated, your antibodies are in your system, so you're going to blow the fucking. I'm like, that is the dumbest test I've ever heard of. It's an oxy fucking moron test. Of course you're going to have antibodies after you've taken the fucking vaccination. Duh. So yeah, that's the world we live in.
Fauci's God.
Fauci, the Fauci.
Take the jab.
The Fauci. It's all about little booster. Little booster coming for you.
Oh, well, the CDC just canceled. It was 16-2. They denied the second jab.
Good.
Yeah, it was on Fox News.
Don't watch Fox News.
I like watching Tucker Carlson.
Yeah. Just not that good.
I don't watch anything else, usually just Tucker.
Tucks his front so he can, you know.
Tucker.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, other than that, it's been a pretty decent week. Came home. Had fun. The weather's been weird. I don't know about you guys, but we've had, like, the other day, it got up to, like, the high was 65, and 3 or 4 days before that, it was, like, in the 90s and shit.
It's been crazy dry here.
I work 3 days next week, and then I'm off for the rest of the week. I get 2 days off, Thursday and Friday. I mean, the 4-day weekend.
Ain't
I'm
you
happy.
just happy?
I am. I got to use up my vacation time.
What happens if you don't?
It rolls over, but I can barely get 2 weeks, so I've never
Hey,
used it.
can you save any time for after Christmas?
Like, what do you mean after Christmas?
Like the week, just any time after the week after Christmas.
I can try. Why? What are you doing?
Well, I'm just nothing. I mean, truthfully, nothing. I've just got. That's when I'm taking vacation time.
Oh,
And
are you?
that's what. Remember we did. Remember we went down and visited Justin.
Yeah.
That was last year, right after Christmas.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. So like, if you can manage it, save your vacation time until after Christmas, and we can all just spend all day goofing off and doing whatever.
Oh, I still got close to 2 weeks, and then I still got like 10 days of sick. So.
All right. Well.
Well, definitely save the sick days in case you get sick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Though, like I haven't really taken any days off this year, hardly.
Yeah. And then if we end up coming down in October too, it'd be good if you could get those extra couple days off, and once we get all that figured out, where we could all spend quite a few days together versus us getting down there Friday or whatever, and then just getting together Saturday and then part of Sunday, and then we leave, or whatever. But
see, what I used to do is cash in my vacation time.
Right, you take the check versus taking the time. I got you.
Yeah, and what I loved about it is because I'd get my vacation check and my Christmas check,
your paycheck,
and my paycheck all in the same day.
Yeah.
My wallet was nice and fat until I had to go buy Christmas presents.
So Tommy was Monopoly man money rich.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll go ahead and say it. October 15th through the 18th, which is like the third weekend in October. I cannot get that off work.
Okay.
Why?
A buddy of mine is he's got plans and he's already requested it off. I'll tell you guys about it off air.
Oh, good.
In the odd chance that he catches my podcast. I doubt he would, but knowing my luck, I'd blow the secret out of the water. So that is one weekend I can't touch.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Well, I thought Justin was going to come, and
we still got to do an interview with Justin.
I know.
You still got to do a lot, Mr. Tommy.
Yeah. It's been a messed up year. It really has.
I have done more this messed up year than I had in quite a few previous years that weren't so messed up.
Well,
That's the even more messed up part.
Saying I haven't done a lot this year. Like I've had a lot of stuff I got to do this year, but the problem is like you'll get to do something nice and like 3 crappy things will happen to you.
Oh yeah, trust me, I know. I'm not
Like,
used.
It used to be for my household. We'd have 3 things happen that's like bad luck, and then you get 3 good lucks. Now it's like 20 bad lucks happen, and you may get something good happen.
Like I got lucky when I came and seen you guys, but of course that was like a puppy run and whatnot, right? So like everything went well there, and then the daughter got sick. Of course, on the way back, we both got motion sickness, but no biggie. Okay. Then Adrian Paul and Sam Jones were coming, and then that got canceled because of COVID. And then I just found out about it right after my birthday on accident, just going through Facebook. Oh, wow. So I went and I did that. No repercussions. Went up Grand Rapids with ETEP, with Cooley, and Place B Reviews. No repercussions. Everything was good. Go to Ohio. Everything seems fine until, let's see, what was it? I think it was Wednesday, 2nd Street Marvel. Trinity got hit by a car on his bicycle. He's all right. He's doing good. My stepdad at some point had a heart attack. We don't know when, but he'd had a bunch of issues. He had a heart attack, and my mom, her heart has been skipping a beat for quite a while. So it's like, really? It's like I went out and I had a good time, and then all this other negative shit like just fluctuated in because I actually have had a pretty decent last, couple weeks of living, right? I'm like, you got to be clowning, bro. You got to be clowning. But yeah, you're right, man. It's like one thing. Our buddy Tony, today, I was messaging back and forth with him, and his truck just started messing up on him. He's like, I'm having a great day. Da 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 da. Now my truck's messing up on me. I'm like, oh, bro, I'm sorry to hear that.
Early this year, Seth's one of his tires got messed up.
Well, quit biting them, Tommy.
Do you remember the Ram did?
What?
Wasn't it this year that y'all popped a tire or something and y'all messed up the rim and had to get a new rim?
Oh, that was
That was this year, wasn't it?
nah, I don't think so. I don't remember. It's been a while.
I think the worst for all of us is they pulled this shit on us during Trump's term, and now they're re-pulling the exact same bullshit with this Delta variant. And yet, as far as I knew, we were still on the Alpha variant, right? And the Beta and the Charlie. So I just don't see this ever ending. I see it being continually, and I don't like the fact that they took everything from us and then try to say, well, if you do this, then you get your freedom. No.
Well, I'm about to. Like, if I had the time to homeschool all the kids, I would. And the only reason why is because I'm hearing stories about teachers literally taping the mask on the kids because they won't keep them on. And then one teacher slapping a kid in the face because he wouldn't put his on.
Yeah, but does that teacher still have her job? Because you're not supposed to lay your hands on a kid. Doesn't matter what state you're in.
Well, I don't know. Honestly, that's where the story ends. But still, like, stuff like that, you're hearing about bus drivers kicking the kid off the bus before even his stop was because he wouldn't put the mask on. And he was in elementary school. So just dropping the kid off random. Like I want my kids to go to public school, but...
Do you, though? What are they really learning? They turn them into fucking sheeple. And when it comes to the mask, we already fucking know it doesn't work, because if it did, we wouldn't be having half the issues we're having now. And they've already came out and said the shit don't work. That's the sad part.
Well, my whole thing about that is, if something can escape a class 4 security lab but can't get through a paper mask, something's wrong there.
That don't fit your face right in the first place. They don't show people how to wear a mask properly. And I'm sorry, if you can smell my fart through that mask, it ain't stopping the COVID virus
if you read
or any other.
If you read the directions on the box, you're supposed to replace the mask every 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine trying to do that at work?
Yeah. And without touching it. Yep.
You can't touch your mask.
Yep. The second you touch it, it's tainted.
Yep.
Tainted meat.
Yeah. My brother works in the hospital as a chaplain, and I told him that too. It's like, did you replace it every 20, 30 minutes? He said, no, we're the same thing every day. I said, you go from patient to patient, different things. Yeah. And I'm like, and he thinks it's like, works great. I'm like, you don't even realize how stupid you sound. If they were working, which meant it would be captive, then you would not be wearing it from patient to patient. Same with gloves. This is why you change gloves patient to patient. But it doesn't matter. It's not how it's spread anyway. It's not spread through you coughing on anybody. That is baloney. That was disproven over 100 years ago, and yet people believe it.
If Fauci said it got spreaded by farts, there'd be a good majority of people getting measured for butt plugs.
Spreaded?
Spreaded.
Don't ruin the joke, by the way I said
it. We'll try not to spread it.
We spreaded it for butt plugs.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
But it's true. Like, if he came on the thing and said it comes from farts, people will be getting butt plugs.
You're not wrong. And not questioning,
Yeah, they wouldn't question it.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj. Shout out to her though, for real, because she
Yes.
did. Hey man,
I don't like her music at all.
I don't either, but she's not wrong.
No, she spoke her mind, and that's
And
what.
all she said was ask questions.
Yeah. Nothing
Pray
wrong with
about
that.
it and ask. Nicki Minaj.
What's up, Justin, from the podcast ended?
What's up? What y'all talking about?
Farts
Nicki Minaj.
and farts.
So
butt
farts and
plugs.
Nicki Minaj together?
Yeah.
With butt plugs.
Nicki
With butt
Minaj's
plugs.
WAP is what we're talking about.
Oh, okay. Man, I'm liking this. Dang, you've been here 10 seconds. Sorry, the best conversation we've ever had.
Well, we try to impress on the men's room.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hey, I'm very impressed, amongst other things.
You know, for everybody
I'm not
else,
as white as I smell.
it's that question: are you not entertained? I mean, that's all we're trying to do is entertain you. We're doing the best that we poor folk can.
Are you not entertained?
Don't worry, you will be when Tommy is wearing whatever thong you send us for him to wear at 150 subs as he goes skiing.
Oh, man.
I can't ski. I can't even skateboard.
I'm going to have to at least get up to like 200 before I'm going to go get my my thong and ski.
Skiing's super easy though.
Pizza,
Is it
French
really?
fries. Pizza, French
Well-
fries.
See, I did
Yeah.
go snowboarding once, and I didn't see the ramp, and I did a flip in the air and landed on my neck and shoulders. And I've never done. The only thing I'll do now is sit on the sled.
Now I really want to see you snowboard.
Right,
Just screaming the whole way down the mountain.
dude. Not even snowboard. The saucers, the old school saucer, the metal saucers like Captain America's shield. Like,
Dude, do it like on National Lampoon.
Put the grease on it.
Greases it up, hits a spark and takes off.
Well, so
Later, dude.
it was right at my house, and they have a big hill, and I didn't see the ramp at the bottom, and I'm like, it was my buddy's snowboard. I never got on a snowboard before, and I was like, I'll try it. And I was doing good. Like, I learned how to, like, kind of move to turn it and stuff. And then I see it at the last second. And as soon as I saw it, everything seemed like it slowed down. And then next thing I know, the sky is the ground, and the ground is the sky. I was like, oh, I've done messed up. And then, douche. Yeah.
Seth, that wasn't very nice of you to do to your buddy Tommy.
Well, you know.
And that's when someone like me shows up.
Yeah.
Did you get down the hill or were you brought down the hill?
I got lost.
I just sat there for about 15 minutes and then dusted myself back off.
Oh.
I like skiing.
Was that at Bryce? Where were you?
No, this was at my friend's house. He has, like, basically it looks like a cliff, but
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were on a actual ski slope. All right.
No.
Seth, I figured
No
out
wonder Ski Patrol didn't show up.
the mystery of the adjusting microphone. There's a
Oh, yeah?
setting right here in Cam Mic where if you go to that and go to audio, there's a checkbox for automatically adjust mic volume. And that would explain why my volume was going all over the place on its own.
Damn you, stream turds.
Ooh.
Yup.
And it did. I saw mine too.
Damn, I've been here 5 minutes and I'm solving problems. Give me money.
There you go.
There you go. And I think they had to update the text so it says automatically screw up mic volume.
I mean, that's why I sounded so drop-offy the other week, because it was like my volume was shooting from 20 up to 100 to 30.
But the crazy part about it was like it might
See, there
sound
it just
that way
did it to
you,
him.
but it didn't sound that way to us.
Yeah. Yours just dropped dramatically.
Yeah, you were real hot and then went to nothing.
I mean, you're still kind of hot, but your volume went down.
How's that?
Yeah, that's good.
Because
Oh,
I
okay.
automatically turned off the adjustment, and then now I just had to turn up the stuff with my mic.
So anybody that's watching now, definitely check out the podcasting debt.
You'd be so sweet if you did.
Yeah, links
It's
are in the
still
description.
adjusting itself.
Uh-huh.
W.T. Hale.
I'm pretty sure it's Google Chrome.
Yeah.
I'm using whatever the new Internet Explorer is. Microsoft Edge, is that what it's called?
Yes.
Let's see. What is this setting? Echo cancellation.
It's just good old StreamYards for you.
Yep.
Because Google Hangouts worked fine. We had no issues, but we can't use that.
That's like what old people use.
That's how we used to. That's what we used to use to.
I used to use Google Hangouts, so I'm calling myself an old person.
Yeah. That's what we used to use back in the day, man.
God, I remember podcasting on YouTube back in 2010 and 11 when there was no censorship on YouTube. So you could just get on there and drop F-bombs left and right. You could talk about whatever. When y'all were talking about Nicki Minaj, I think I caught part of that today. Was that where she was saying she didn't want to get the vaccine?
Because something
he was just saying, like, you know.
Yeah, that's not what she said.
Her friend's testicles got really large when he took it.
Her cousin's friend.
Yeah.
Cousin's friend.
And then that guy's fiance called off the wedding.
Yeah.
Your balls are too big.
No, they got big and then they got smaller and then he got impotent and she called off the wedding.
I mean, it's a lot of STDs out there that have the same effects. I wonder if he was sleeping around.
Well,
see, that's one thing I'm thinking. Like, what kind of chick doesn't you know what? I'm calling off the wedding because
your balls are not
working.
consistent, and I don't want to be with you.
Yeah, I don't blame her.
Describes my last 3 relationships.
But one of the spike proteins, is HIV based. So
I mean, like the internet's just like, how dare Nicki Minaj have a unpopular opinion?
Yes.
Or just have an opinion, period, that's different than the narrative.
She's using her platform to not spread propaganda.
Yeah.
She just said, do your research and pray on it. Don't rush into it. That's all she said.
I saw a TikTok today that you would have loved, Seth, because it's just like this guy, and he's like, how the world should be. And he's like, hey, man, I just got my vaccine because it makes me feel safer. And the guy's like, cool. And he goes, what about you? You going to get it? And he goes, no, I just don't feel like it's for me, you know? And the guy goes, oh, cool. Okay. And it's like, mind your own business, you know?
Right.
Like how it should be. If you don't want to get it, just don't get it.
A cup of coffee.
Yeah. I mean, like if it's not like me getting it's going to stop me from giving it to you. So, you know, if I just leave me alone.
Well, you getting it won't stop you from getting it. So, or spreading it.
And and I'm not scientific, so these could be very dumb. I'm not very medically proficient. So, you know, I haven't been to the doctor in like 12 years. So I'm, you know, but isn't a vaccine, the point of a vaccine is it stops you from being able to pretty much get it, like with smallpox and polio and stuff?
A real vaccine, yes, but any flu-oriented vaccine, no.
Dude, the flu vaccine sucks.
Yeah.
I've never gotten a flu vaccine.
The flu vaccine, I mean, it'll well, part of why Delta and Mu have risen, those variants have always been there. It's just that the people were more fortified against it. It just lessens the likelihood, but it can make you susceptible to other things. And then the problem with Pfizer and Moderna is they're not really a vaccine. AstraZeneca is the same thing. It's really a gene therapy where it gets your body to produce the spike protein that the virus has. And that's the problem. People are then doing that. Their body's freaking out. They're shedding the spike proteins. And this is why you got myocarditis and all kinds of crazy, granted. And, because last year what was killing people was not COVID. It was the remdesivir. Yeah. If you look at the side effects of remdesivir in the various, in clinical trials, 35% of people had kidney failure. And that's what was happening to people. And then they were drowning in their own fluids.
I heard when you get the vaccine, it can cause you, if you can't get it, if you're immune to it, it can get rid of that.
Well, if you've recovered, yes, it lessens your killer T cells production. Yeah. And so, yes, if you've recovered from COVID, the real data is finally emerging, especially places like Israel and England, even though the government's policies are insane. And if you've recovered from COVID, yeah, it'll wipe out your recovery immunity. So you should not get it if you've and the antibodies are people that have had COVID last March that are still producing antibodies. Because that was the thing too. Oh, it only lasts a few months. Well, that's been proven to be bullcrap too. Which is, you might, if you get a flu one year, you don't get that same flu again.
Yeah.
So you'll get a different one maybe. But it's yes, science was suddenly suspended in 2020, all for political reasons. And now science is slowly. This is why you had the CDC said, yeah, we don't recommend it to children. The NIH in England said, yeah, we're not recommending this to children, but their leadership's going to do it anyway. You had CDC say, yeah, we don't really think a booster shot's necessary in the States. And yet the president comes out, Biden comes out and says, oh, we need to start getting, and then Israel's on their they're on the fourth shot. And their case rate is just going like it's going straight up.
Well, I do know Walmart took down all their signs for you to wear a mask.
Our stores did that. So a couple months ago, our governor had a moment where he had a spine and he said, yeah, we're done with everything. And he's even, when Biden said, oh, we're going to require this and that, Ohio did join that list of states. The wine is not as vocal, and it's an election year. He's up for re-election, so he's going to have to start doing something. Finally.
So, I got a life hack that I need to tell y'all real quick that I found out yesterday. So, have y'all ever been to the self-checkout at Walmart?
Yeah,
Yes.
It sucks.
Okay, you know where you have to put individual coins in if you got change?
Yeah.
If you lift the flap up, you can just dump them in the tray, and it does it for you, like a coin store.
Huh.
Yeah, I found that out, and I was amazed by it.
Who uses cash and coin these days? I am a 2021 man. I use a debit card.
Yeah. Until the government shuts it off because you didn't take the jab.
Actually, that was on a prep site for our morning show, where it was talking about would a paperless economy, be better, and I was like, here we go. That's what they're. It's just crazy as I thought JP was. Everything he said's coming to fruition.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy.
Like they want to get to, because then that's just wonderful, because then you get rid of physical money, and then they can just, with the stroke of a computer key, just take away everything you've got.
Yep.
And I don't like it.
Nope.
Do y'all want to hear a really crazy story that'll blow your mind?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Seth, you're going to be bored because we're going to talk about this on our podcast next week, but we'll go ahead and talk about it here. And you might have heard it. It's actually a true story, but it's known as like the red lamp. Has anybody heard of the red lamp?
No.
All right. So let's start back at the beginning. This young fellow's in his last semester of college. He meets this girl. They fall in love. A few years out of college, they get married. He gets a really, really good job. He makes so much money, she doesn't have to work, so she becomes a stay-at-home wife. Well, they have a daughter, and then 2 years later, they have a son. And this guy has got like the perfect life. He loves his kids. They play games every night. Him and his wife have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful relationship. And this is the part where you would think it's like, but he had a dark secret. But it's not. Like everything was perfect. And then one day, he was sitting in his TV room watching TV, and he noticed this red lamp on the stand was blurry. Nothing around it. He stands up, he kind of looks, and he wonders, like, is something wrong with me? He's got good vision. He doesn't need corrective lenses or anything, and he's wondering if there's something wrong with him, or because nothing else in the room is blurry but this one lamp. So, he kind of stares at it, and he just decides, it's probably no big deal, so he goes to bed. Well, then he wakes up in the middle of the night. All he can think about is this red lamp. And so he goes back downstairs, and and it's still blurry, but now it's upside down and blurry. And he sits and he stares at it. So then the next morning, his wife finds him passed out on the couch because it's where he'd stayed. And he didn't tell her nothing was wrong. He said, oh, no, I just don't feel good. I'm not going to go to work today. So he stayed home from work that day, and he stared at the lamp. Well, he stayed home from work for the next 3 days. He didn't eat. He even got to a point where he was like catatonic and he couldn't talk to his wife. So his wife calls the specialist and he's staring at the lamp and he can't respond to anybody around him. And it's like all of a sudden the lamp starts to grow, so much so that like it's all he can see is red. And then all of a sudden he starts hearing screams and voices coming from somewhere. And all of a sudden he starts feeling this immense pain in his head. He wakes up and he's at his college in, I think it's Louisiana, laying on the ground. What happened was a football player, a big, huge dude, had attacked him and he got hit in the back of the head. He fell down and hit his head on the ground. Cop scoops him up, takes him to the hospital. None of that was real. Like this all happened, and this was a coma. This was like a quick dream that he had, but it was 10 years of his life. This dude has had to go through 3 years of like therapy and all of this because he is like legitimately mourning the loss of a family that he never actually had.
That doesn't even exist.
That's all. And what's so funny is, Seth, if you listen to our Patreon podcast last night when I was talking about when we were young and stupid and we played the knockout game, I said, and I just found this story today. I was talking last night about how when you do the knockout game and you get knocked out, it's so crazy how you can be out for 4 seconds, but you will have this full-on, like, fleshed out dream. You wake up and you can tell, you're like, dude, we were doing this and this, and then we went down to so-and-so, but you've only been out like 4 seconds. Yeah. And like dream perception of time is just, not the same. And then I found this story on the internet today, and then I looked it up, and it's like a legit, dude's supposedly legit. I think his subconscious slipped into a parallel universe or something where maybe that's the life he lived. And that, I don't know, man. I love it. And I mean, I'm sure it's logically, it's a brain thing. I don't think it's paranormal, but I still find that fascinating.
Then you find out his name is Morgan.
All I see is red. That's why Morgan's tripping balls, because the lamp, Rick, the lamp. But I find it fascinating, man. Like, because I've done that. We played the knockout game and we woke up and had full-fledged dreams with like plots and could tell you who was in them and what we did and where we went. And it's like, man, you were only knocked out for like 3 or 4 seconds.
Heck yeah.
I never did that.
Don't ever. Like,
no good little Christian boy like Seth, he's not gonna play the knockout game.
It's really stupid.
Headache.
I wish I would have never. Well, I mean, it was fun while we were doing it, but I'm glad we stopped doing it. Disclaimer to any young bucks out there: don't play the knockout game for the love of God.
Yeah, and
around here they haven't played a reverse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we used to like do the breaths and you squeeze each other. You push against the, put them against the wall and push your hands on their chest. And it's crazy how fast you go out. Just like anesthesia kicks in just from like, it was wild.
When I first saw it, I thought they were faking. That's how
absolutely. I don't know how. I've always been the kind of person where if I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it. I've never been too bad on peer pressure, but I looking back now, I don't know how they ever convinced me to do it.
Hey, we're going to make you stop breathing for just a second. Is that okay?
Like young me was so stupid because like now I look at that and it's like, no way I'm doing that. That looks stupid.
It's the same thing. Like when I was younger, I used to climb pine trees all the way to the top. And I'd fall out of the tree and climb it back again. Now, I'd be going, that's going to hurt for weeks. No, but I ain't doing that.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Shots fired.
Mm-hmm. We know what it truly is. He doesn't want to get sticky hands again.
Oh, shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty!
11.
Eat some sushi.
You eat some sushi.
I can do the California crab rolls, but that is it. That's the extent of my sushi.
Tommy's gonna get him some spicy tuna. If with the eels there,
Oh, that was so dope. It's Spider-Man.
I think it's the only ones I got now.
I had some I was gonna say, and then I was like, nope, Seth's mom might be watching. Keep it PG-13.
Nah, she's not on there anymore, I don't think.
Jizz out my hands. I love The Lonely Island.
Like shame.
There's never a time I listen to The Lonely Island that they don't put me in a good mood.
Dude, I know.
And then I jizz out my hands.
When we were going on a cruise in 2015, I cranked. I'm on a boat. As I was boarding the boat.
So
yeah,
I don't think none of y'all been on a road trip with stuff. See, me, I like to go to sleep on the car ride.
Oh hell, not in my car. You're not.
Thank you.
It ain't a road trip if you're asleep. Nobody Brad does that. Seth, we need to take a road trip. We're on the same page. I'm like, dude, if we're taking a road trip, it's not the same if one of us is awake. Like,
right, dude. We were coming back from seeing you that time last year. Or this year. Well, no,
at the 2-man podcasting dead meet and greet.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, we went down there and then on the way back, like he kept trying to fall asleep.
Oh hell no.
It's something about
I swerved and bounced his head off the glass.
I'm not gonna say I've never fallen asleep in the car, but like road trips for me, I love them, man. For me, the ride is half the fun.
I'm fine on the way there. It's always on the way back I fall asleep.
I'm usually always the one driving, so I don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's frowned upon when I try to take a nap.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, definitely, for real. You just slide off the side of the road. All right, well.
Now, my worst thing was when I was growing up is I'd go to the dryer and get my clothes out for school. And where there would be warm clothes on the dryer, I would fall asleep with like half my body on the dryer. And I'll miss my school bus.
You may have a severe case of narcolepsy.
And so if I missed the bus, at the time my mom didn't drive, so I had to walk to school, which was like 8 miles. Well, it wasn't 8 miles. It was about probably 3 miles to South Salem. And then it was another, if I went to Andrew Lewis, it was 6 miles. So
that was meant to teach you not to miss the damn bus.
How old were you?
And then one day I did it, and then as soon as I got to the school, I had to run the mile because it was gym class.
How old were you when this happened?
Throughout, like probably from when I was in kindergarten.
It doesn't matter what.
I wasn't thinking.
Wait a minute, you had to run a mile in kindergarten?
Well,
that's not fair.
Kindergarten all the way to 6th grade.
Kindergartners have tiny little legs.
I think in 3rd grade.
Dude, we didn't have to run the mile until we were in 6th grade.
Oh, that's BS.
Yeah,
we had to run the mile in like 3rd grade.
Are you sure you weren't in like some kind of child labor camp?
I'm pretty sure he was in a child labor camp.
It's like y'all didn't make tennis shoes when y'all were in kindergarten. No.
Arts and crafts we're doing paint by numbers and selling them. You know.
Yeah, no, we didn't run the mile until at least like close to middle school, like somewhere like 5th or 6th grade, because our legs were that long.
So the only thing I did good was the sit and reach, where you had to sit and put your feet against the thing and slide the metal piece.
Man, I didn't even see there's all these stuff going on in the chat. It's Courtney, what's up?
Hey, Courtney.
Collector Express, why isn't he in here tonight?
I don't know, he doesn't have a link. Collector, do you want a link?
Do you remember the sit and reach, anybody?
Yep, I actually do that when I get done working out.
I did
Come
actually.
out like where you stretch legs out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to give like a lot of people make the mistake of stretching hardcore before they work out, but you actually should stretch lightly and then do all your major stretching after you work out.
Yeah. Yep. Ain't that a faster recovery then?
Do what?
Don't it make it a faster recovery?
It helps to ease some of the soreness. You won't like leg day, man. God knows. Last week my brother and I did legs on Wednesday night. Thursday I had to go give a quote to a church that I had to go up and down steps like I'm not kidding you, man. That was rough. But yes, stretching can help to alleviate a lot of the pain. And it's just good for your muscles.
Yep. There's another thing that helps. We won't mention that on this nice Christian channel.
What?
I said there's something else that helps, but we were not going to mention that on this nice Christian boys channel.
Do you believe in Jesus? Have you ever seen that monster snacks?
No.
It's so short and it's so stupid, but it's so funny. You should look it up whenever you get a monster snacks. You'll find the stuff that I like on YouTube is very stupid.
Okay, now can y'all remember your first YouTube video y'all ever watched?
No.
I remember mine.
Yeah, I think it was like a street fight.
Mine was like alpacas
that's
going
it. The top one.
Carl.
We know, Tommy, your first one was 2 girls, 1 cup.
Delicious new monster snack. Yummy family clusters. Oh, let me try one. Look, you've got the whole family unit. Mom, dad, kids, dog. So tasty. Oh, they are good. I love it how they scream right before you chew them. Yes, that's the best part. What? Look. Do you believe in Jesus? Oh. Do you hear that guy? That guy said no. He said no. He's going to hell.
What the fuck am I doing in hell?
Oh, right before you died, that monster said, "Do you believe in Jesus?" And you said no.
No. I said no. Like I didn't want to die.
Yeah.
Like no.
I don't know.
Like, I didn't want to get killed.
He specifically asked you if you believe in Jesus.
No.
Right there at the last minute.
I know.
And you said no.
No. Well, I panicked. I didn't want to die. And now I'm in hell, which is also bad.
I'm going to get my whip ready.
This is bullshit.
I could see that happening to Tommy. Like, I really could. That would be Tommy's situation. No, I don't want to. What the fuck?
It's like he's like, no, I meant no. Like, no, I don't want to die.
Let alone this way.
He specifically asked you. Oh man, that
What's
channel
up,
has.
fellas?
Hey, man.
What's up, man?
You've gotten more muscular since the last time I saw you.
Those vitamins.
Them vitamins.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually looking forward to the new Venom movie.
I'm excited to see it. Eventually, it's going to cross over with Spider-Man, so I'm anxious to see how that. And they put a lot more emphasis on like in association with Marvel this time. So I'm wondering if maybe there'll be like a little teaser in there.
I think it's one of the deals that Sony was like extortion on the MCU over. Like, we want our stuff part of the MCU.
Yeah, like, hey, we want to sit at the cool table, okay?
So you lose Spider-Man, or we're going to be part of the MCU.
You know, once upon a time, we made good Spider-Man movies.
Well, you know, that way they can make Spider-Gwen.
Don't go there.
That'll be what ends up happening, though. It's like, oh, we're not going to do Spider-Man. We're going to do Spider-Gwen. They're just going to F it up. That's what's
all the rumors, everybody's thinking, oh, it's going to have Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. They'll end up being Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen shows up.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Miles Morales, but Spider-Gwen I'm not so big on. She just seems... Well, Miles Morales seemed pointless in the beginning, too, but they've developed his character pretty good. But Spider-Gwen, to me, is just novelty. There's like no rhyme or reason for it.
Well, they've come to the conclusion in the comics too. A couple of years ago, like we got to give her a superhero name. We just can't call her Spider Queen. That's her name.
Yep.
What's your superhero name? Spider Jared.
The moment I liked Miles Morales was, I can't remember which run of it was, but it was in the comic, and he's talking to another superhero. It might be Jessica Jones. Can't remember who he's talking to, but he's like, everybody compares me to Peter Parker. The difference between me and Peter Parker is Peter Parker pulls his punches every time he fights. When I fight, I'm trying to convince myself not to rip their heads off because I know I can. And it's like, I was like, okay, that's pretty badass. I like Miles Morales now.
Well, with great power comes great responsibility. So,
like, Peter Parker's trying not to hurt them because he's a good person. Miles Morales is trying to convince himself not to just go straight ham and start ripping their heads off.
That's always one of the things I never quite understood with Spider-Man's villains. Most of them are human, like strength level, and dexterity. How the hell does he not just hit them on, like, basically one punch them?
Did you ever read the Superior Spider-Man?
I did. I never know what you cared for, like the Doc Ock and Peter Parker's body thing.
Man, that was actually one of the only things who wrote that? Not Nick Spencer. What's his name? I'm not a Dan Slott. I'm not a big fan of Dan Slott's writing, but that was the one thing he wrote that I actually liked. And there is a point where, like, Doc Ock's in Spider-Man's body and he punches this dude and, like, just obliterates him, and he's like, oh wow, he really has been pulling his punches this whole time.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I think it's kind of cool. Do you, like, just knock his head off, or just, like, throw him through a wall, or?
Oh yeah, no, I mean, he didn't, like, decapitate him or nothing. He just, like, knocked the ever-living crap out of him. Spider-Man can lift. It's in the thing, and I think he can lift. I think he's even with Luke Cage as far as what they can press. They can both press. It's either 15 or 25 tons at their max strength, which, when you think about it, is insane. That's a lot of freaking weight.
Yeah, it used to be 15 tons, and I think the Spider-Man's gotten stronger over the years. Same with Luke Cage. I forget what weight class they're in now.
And then you get.
I did like the Luke Cage first season. I didn't like it.
Yeah, the first season was good. Second season was trash.
Yeah, I agree. I like season one, not so much.
Plus, at the end of the movie, I mean, end of season 2, he's basically the villain. It's the end of the series.
Have any of y'all watched Invincible yet?
Yes.
Dude, that is awesome.
Yep. And
I mean, I love it, man.
Worries, I guess, where I never read the comics. The race swapping, gender swapping stuff didn't really get on me too much, except for his girlfriend. But the race swapping, just she's a total bitch in the cartoon.
Oh yeah, like, I don't mind the race and gender swapping to an extent, but I will say I think everyone agrees his girlfriend was the freaking worst. Like, it had nothing to do with her skin color or her. Yeah. It just had to do with her. She was a terrible person. She just.
It's like, well, I already figured out you were invincible. I just hated the fact that you lied to me.
Yup. I mean, you're saving the world, and you've saved my life numerous times, but I'm mad at you now because you lied to me.
So that didn't even jive with the story in this, when she got mad at him for being a coward.
But she claimed she knew he was invincible.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's stupid. What was her name? Amber?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the worst. She's the invincible.
The character's personality wasn't that bad in the comics.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. And she's like the Lori Grimes of the Invincible universe.
Everybody wants to see her get killed. So, Lori Grimes.
I heard they're making a new Deadpool movie.
Yeah, that's been a thing for a while, Tommy.
Well, I thought it was canceled, then I heard it's back up.
I think Kevin Feige said he actually wanted an R-rated Deadpool film.
It's I think the biggest thing, I think they've been pushing back on Ryan's ideals, which he's the person who made Deadpool in the movies popular. He's been popular in the comics for a long time, but just don't. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Well, to some extent, because, like, I watched the Green Lantern movie, and it was horrible.
Yeah. Apples and oranges.
Yeah. But like
Green
the main character basically is Deadpool.
Well, the Green Lantern movie was awful, and everybody knows that.
But like his jokes and the personality kind of remind you of Deadpool.
Well, that's just Ryan Reynolds, so like,
Yeah.
it's his personality. He was never a good fit for Hal Jordan to begin with. If he was going to be any Green Lantern, it would be Guy Gardner. That's who he should have been.
My knowledge of DC comics is way limited. Like, I like DC. I know a little bit about, like Batman and Superman stuff, but like Green Lantern's a character I just never got into.
Well, the Guy Gardner would have been perfect for Ryan Reynolds, because he's got that smart-ass attitude. He doesn't give a sorry, sis, mom. Gives a flip about anything and anybody's personal feelings. He was just a jerk. There's like a panel in the comic where he's like on the watchtower out in space. He's got his pants down, rubbing his ass against the window, like mooning the rest of the Justice League.
Yeah.
Did any of y'all ever read Deceased? The DC, basically DC's where DC did their own Marvel zombies, but in the DC universe.
Yes.
Nah.
Yes,
that was actually pretty good. Like Green Arrow has an awesome moment where like I can't remember who it was he's fighting, but like he takes an arrow and he shoots it, and he shoots it like a mile and hits him right in the eye, and he cracks some joke about people making fun of him for Batman, I think, for making fun of him for never having superpowers, but he's like, and I just hit a god from a mile away with a effing arrow.
Yeah.
F you, Batman. it was actually a really good little line, but
which Batman actually got the Green Lantern ring in one comic book.
Well, then I have a question for Brian Nape there. I don't know if he's still with us, Brian.
Brian, wake up.
Are you mispronouncing my last name?
It's late. Sorry. It's also late, and I'm tired.
Yeah, and I'm about to fall. The doll's over. Yes, sir. What's your question?
Do they make, this is a dumb question, and being I'm in radio, I should know this, but I've never had to use one. Do they make boosters for headphones? Like, I know they make like cloud lifters and dB boosters when it comes to like phantom power for microphones. But do they make a headphone booster?
Yeah, I do not know.
Because I really need one with this Scarlet. Like, but I feel like that should be a thing.
I mean, wouldn't that just be a preamp?
Pretty much just running like to your headphone.
Yeah. Like a line out to a preamp to your headphones.
Yeah, because I need a boost on this thing.
I mean, mine has a volume control, but it really is only cutting down the volume whatever's coming out.
Yeah, because we're getting ready to redesign my studio and set it up to be more guest friendly, and I'm going to get like some splitters and have headphones for the guests and stuff too. But I'm trying to figure out how to book, because the headphone volume off this Scarlet I2i. It's okay, but it's not as loud as I'd like it.
Right. Unless you maybe a powered headphone that could amplify in the headphone. That's
what I was thinking. The Sony has a really nice pair that is you put batteries in them in addition to plugging them up, and I think they're supposed to be like crazy loud.
Why isn't Courtney allowed in theaters? She says that the chick in the chat. Can't remember the last time I was in a movie theater. I'm not allowed now. Why?
Did they catch you bringing food in?
Dude, no lie. I brought Chinese food in one time and ate Chinese food while I watched a movie.
That's the most American thing I've ever heard in my life. Like I've snuck in Reese's before, Seth. You've snuck in a whole freaking meal.
Yeah, like the plastic rectangular containers.
Yeah.
Of like General Tso's chicken or whatever.
And that stuff smells strong. Somebody had to be in a theater going, "You smell Chinese food?"
No, we were the only ones in there. It was me and my dad.
What's up, Crack Cow Mafia?
Did you at
A
least
friend
buy
of
a drink?
Yeah, we bought drinks, and I got some candy.
Where did you?
Like I can't complain. You did buy a snack.
Where did you hide it? Or did you just?
Wrapped it
Or
up
did
in
you
a
not
hoodie.
just? You just.
We
walked
put
in with it.
like it was both Chinese food containers and egg rolls in the bag wrapped up, and then we wrapped a hoodie around it, and then my dad just kind of carried it in underneath his arm.
That's a lot of effort to eat. What movie were you watching?
I think we were watching Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith.
Man, I mean, like, I had a friend almost set a theater on fire, but never snuck in Chinese food.
That's an epic level of sneaking in food there.
Like next time, I'm gonna try to bring a whole family pack of KFC now, just to one up you.
do it, one up me. Take it.
Like the bucket, the mac and cheese, and the just have a little fold out table in front of our seats.
Okay, social media now, we put it out there. We're like, let's have a challenge for everybody out there listening. What can you sneak into the movie theater?
We're gonna see someone like have a whole group of people, and they're just gonna have a buffet. They're just gonna like put tables out.
Yes.
Dude, since your mom's not listening, I feel like I could say this, but I saw a meme where it showed it was like this elegant theater where it basically had these like beds. They were recliners, but they were laid down completely like a bed.
Which meme you're talking about?
And it said, when you hear clapping at the end of the movie, it ain't gonna be the kind of clapping you thinking about.
Oh, that's not the meme I was thinking about. I was saying, there's one, and it shows like the audience, and they're laying like on those kind of recliner bed seats, and it says, "I'm way too freaky for this movie theater."
Dude, I'm too old for that. Like, I would just fall. It wouldn't be no freaky or no. I'd go to sleep.
Yeah.
I got a massage one time, and like within 2 minutes, I was out. I can go to sleep when somebody cuts my hair.
Oh, I could. Courtney says she'd bring her dog.
No, just go in there, set up a table, even do like the candlelight dinner, and just wait for someone to come in and look at them.
If the world wasn't so politically correct, I could connect her comment to your meal, Seth, but I'm not going to do that.
You mean, well, that would have to be Cat.
Well, not unless you're in my town. The rumor is any animal that wanders into that alley is fair game.
Oh.
Well, one of my favorite things to get at a Chinese restaurant is the chicken skewers on a stick. You can get the. I always call the me and a buddy of mine. We always call them COS, cat on a stick.
I always call it rat.
We don't have our Chinese place around here. We have two, right? And one is not good, but it's a buffet, so you just go when you're half drunk and you're with friends. And then the other one used to be delicious, and I don't know what happened, but after COVID hit, the quality of their food went down big time. I don't know how it was affecting the animal population, if that had something to do with it or what. But you got to ride like 45 minutes to get good Chinese now.
Dude, yes, coconut chicken is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So how about if we get to 200 subs? That's when we got to sneak in food to the movie theater and see who can get the biggest amount of food in the movie theater without getting caught.
Are you making this at like a time limit? Like not like a time limit, but are you making it like a time of the day, like kind of deal?
Well, if we can get Justin, Collector Express, and Lake,
don't bring me into this.
And we all do it.
He's way above 200.
I'm just speculating here.
He could be the one recording, or like just be there to witness it.
I think it should be. I think I'm fine with like putting out to like the fans of the channels, post on social media.
Yeah. Hey, but like Tommy, what time of the day are we talking about Brent going to the movies? Because like I'm feeling to go like for lunch.
I mean, that'd be fine. I'll be like bringing like 3/4 pounders and a fry and a shake.
If you can eat 3 quarter pounders in one sitting, you are in very poor health.
Tommy's fat, dude.
Dude, I love the quarter pounder is one of my favorite fast food burgers out there, but I can't eat 3 of them. 2.
I like
I'll admit, I actually ate a whole pizza and a half tonight. I was very hungry this morning.
I don't know whether to be proud of you or just sad. On one hand, that's very impressive. On the other, you should go see your heart doctor. Hey, the guy that is on the Patreon cast with me, Matt, he actually, that's what he does is like scans and all that. He's in the medical field, and he was talking about someone's veins being so constricted, it'd be like trying to drink a large soda out of a coffee straw. And that sounds like yours, Tommy.
For the most part, when I do get my physical, my blood pressure, I'm not on any high blood pressure medicine or not, and I'm doing pretty good.
You mean
I'm
your
not saying
heart's
I'm
like,
gonna go run a mile.
Yeah.
No, we were at a movie theater one time, and it was a really, really popular movie theater. But for whatever reason, when we went, we were like the only people there, and I can't even remember what we went to see. And so this was a different time, right? Smoking was acceptable indoors. You couldn't smoke in the theater, but you could smoke in the building. So this kid, Patrick, pulls out a cigarette, and he starts smoking it, and then he tries to be cool and flick it like 4 rows up. And I kid you not, within like 5 minutes, there was smoke billowing out. It had landed on a seat and like ignited the seat. I was like, dude, this is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, I can't say I've never had that happen before. I have caught my beard on fire.
You caught your bed on fire?
Beard.
Oh, damn! I thought I really was expecting an interesting story for the bed on fire.
Well, I was wondering what kind of proof of beer I thought you said beer at first. Like, what kind of proof of beer do you drink? Catch it on fire.
That's Everclear.
The men's room must be close in age. I mean, we're kind of close, I guess. Late's like the oddball.
You and who are close to the same age?
I don't know.
Pull it up.
Black Angus, what? He said he was unsubbed. That's crazy. What a guess I was unsubbed. Explains why I didn't see all my feed. That's crazy. Craziness.
Why did you leave him?
I don't know. We're just chatting over here on Twitter because I see him in another YouTube channel. I was like, "What up?" But she's 1978. I'm 1989.
77 for me.
It was the 80s. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm the late 19th century. That's all I'm saying.
Tommy's 1990.
Yeah.
Tommy's the youngest one here.
Yep. I'm also the best looking one, so it counts.
Lape he's 53.
Yeah, I'll see if you can do the math.
My mom was born in 65.
Thanks. That's what I needed to hear.
What?
Hey,
So
my
she'd
mom
be
was
56.
born in my mom and dad were born in 65.
Oh, cool. Well, I was trying to do the math because, like, I know my dad was born. My dad's 7 years older than my mom.
7 years younger?
Older.
My dad is 7 years older than my mom.
Older. Okay. Still. 68.
Courtney, Collector Express is 77.
1977.
Yeah. I'm going to say, he looks really good for 77.
Well, I didn't say you were 77. She asked who was the 77. I said Collector Express is 77.
I didn't see the message in the chat. As when you said that, it sounded like you were saying I was 77 years old.
Oh, yeah, he older than dirt.
So we're sitting in the living room, and my boy comes up to me. He goes, "You were born in the late 19th century, weren't you?" And I was like, "Shut up." And then he goes to his grandpa and he goes, "You were born in the early 19th century."
Wait, actually, he's like really wrong.
That would mean you were born in the 1800s, Tommy.
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
But you went along with it.
Four score and now your child
brought forth on this continent a new nation.
You need to smack some knowledge into that boy and tell him you're wrong.
If I correct him, it's like an hour conversation of me and him going back and forth.
Well, look, that's what
have you talked to a 13-year-old?
Tommy, but when you say things the way that you say them, no wonder it's an hour conversation with him not believing.
Did you just say you had a 13-year-old?
Yes, he's 13, and
what did you have him when you were like 14?
He's my stepson.
Okay, all right. I was gonna say, Tommy,
man.
you were born in 90, meaning you're 31.
Yes.
So,
31.
if you also say if you had a 13-year-old child, I mean, you was getting it in.
No, he wasn't. He was not.
Now, did y'all go to school together, Seth and Tommy? How'd you meet?
Kmart parking lot.
Yep. That's where everybody hung out at.
Oh, that sounds like a Tim McGraw love song. Let me hear
I
it.
pulled up on a moped, and he wanted to ride the moped.
So it's like Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Except not together.
Dude, I've got to go. Just go.
But this thing was cool because it had a push button start for the keychain.
All of them had push button start.
It was still a moped.
On the keychain.
Yeah, it's still a moped.
It's like you can't make a moped cool.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
We can burn out, ride wheelies on it.
Yeah, dude. So like, I'm going down the road on this moped, and I'm like, I'm making a swooping, a nice wide turn right at the corner of Fast Freddy's for everybody that's in Salem and knows Salem. Right there, Fast Freddy's. I laid that thing over, and I laid it over so far it was spewing like scraping sparks coming off of the exhaust.
But the funny thing is he drove his bike there.
Yeah, I was on my motorcycle originally.
Oh, see, this was a story of how you and Tommy met. So I thought you were going to say you laid it over and you were hurt and you looked up and you just seen this beautiful bearded redneck standing over you.
Tommy didn't have a beard at this time.
At the time, I could only grow a mustache.
So
I saw this really young porn star standing over top of me.
You had the ghetto, the chin strap.
Oh, yeah, I did have the chin strap. Yeah, that's right. In high school, I had the, beaner stash.
I remember guys with patchy face hair would not shave it to try to look like they had a beard. And it's like, dude, at that point, just shave it.
Yes.
Clean shaven looks better than patchy. I promise you. You're not fooling anybody, bro. Your testosterone levels ain't as high as you wish they were. It's okay.
Quit skinning your cat and wearing the fur.
I've never heard that one. I like it.
I'm really thinking about it.
So so y'all all met on what? It was on a podcast that you all liked?
Yeah.
They did.
So me and Lape met through the fan cast back 2017.
Yeah, didn't somebody get you to replace them?
Yeah, well, Jason Tap and Die.
Okay.
He got me. He wanted me to come on for the holiday special, Star Wars holiday special.
Yeah.
Just as a guest, because me and him have been joking around in the WCBS fan group on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
So, the first time I actually went, I wasn't on the show, but I was in the chat. They got me to watch a movie about unicorns.
Unicorn Store.
And it made me feel retarded afterwards. I was like, no, I'm never doing this again. And he talked me into it the next day.
That was a Brie Larson movie?
It was
he was in the chat.
It had to be better than Captain Marvel.
No.
I didn't watch it. I don't remember it.
Take care.
It was a lot worse.
Dude, that movie sucked so bad. I remember watching it and like, is this over yet?
Which one?
Oh, isn't that weird one where she like covered in paint in the thumbnail thing?
Yeah.
Where she's an artist.
Yeah.
Dude,
And then,
so
and then you
bad.
find out unicorns are real, and she's got to take care of them, and it's retarded. And
Okay.
I saw a dirty movie that had a similar plot one time.
Different colors come out of the horn.
Well, needless to say, I think the climax in this movie was a bit different than the one they were watching. I love the one where it's like the Grinch, but it's like a porn, and somebody was like, "I think I accidentally clicked on the wrong How the Grinch Stole Christmas."
And no, I've seen that with the Captain Marvel too. It's like, I think you clicked on the right one on that one.
so, do y'all remember LimeWire?
Oh yeah, I killed many computers with viruses contracted from LimeWire.
So, when you would try to find a movie that was still in theaters, you had like a 50-50 chance of accidentally downloading the porn than the actual
And a virus.
And a virus.
You caught their STDs through your computer.
Yeah. It was that and Bear Share.
Man, sometimes I wish this wasn't. I do remember Bear Share and was it Pirate Bay?
Oh yeah.
The Pirate Bay.
Sometimes I wish this wasn't on YouTube because there's so many things I go to say and have to stop myself. Because I remember the first time I saw something that was not made for children, like downloaded from LimeWire. Number one, it took my buddy like I stayed the night with him. I got there at like 5 and it took until like 1 a.m. to download it.
Yeah, it took forever.
Do we need
And
to
now
go
I
off
look
on-
back.
off the air for this?
Do
We're
I?
at the 3-hour mark, so we've been gone for a while.
Should we talk about this off the air?
No wonder
that's
it's
what I'm saying,
almost
we can
midnight.
go off air.
Yeah.
Huh?
All right.
After midnight. Let it all hang out.
Yeah, hey, so everybody, there's 4 people left. Look down below in the description. You'll see everybody else's channel content for Collector Express, I think, maybe. I don't know. I don't think I put yours in there because you were kind of last minute.
Yes, I need to
Justin,
make
you
one of
down
these
there.
for Collector Express too. Check out Podcasting Dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's actually my arm in the picture.
Yeah.
He photoshopped the mic into it.
Let's see. Don't forget, Fauci's God, take the jab. Joe Biden's the real president, and his patience is wearing thin. But guess what?
He'll
So
forget.
is ours. So is ours. Our patience.